We put a tidal wave of emotion upon the back burner. Coming up in this truth, you suffer like a Nat Turner. Terrence Crutcher ain't the first or the last of the black murders. Anybody trying to water you down, they lack the fervor. This the school of the hard knocks. We hard rocks, come with that smooth talk slick. You get your heart operated on your mind. Is what the Christian church made it on all the lies. And that white man you keep waiting on to fall out of the sky. Nothing but watery eyes and the gnashing of your teeth. We keep this brotherhood strong. Contort a bottle with the beats. We turn the drama into peace. But keep a lookout at the lookout. Anybody got a problem? No, we quick to bring the book out. As a fisher of men, I'm trained to always have my hook out. We them rebels you heard about. Same hands that have you took out 144,000 saints that Christ done took out. We wasn't straight, so we got the curse out. It's going down. You ain't gotta be from around. Just a member of the family. Religianity, it's just a white man's fantasy to keep us out the land through the vanity of our eyes. You can't deny the devil being a lie and a terrorist. So UPK is real as it gets, the realest it's ever been. Every trooper is evidence, the officers, weapon specialists, the captains of chariots, the generals dropping jewels on you Judas Iscariots. Repent, motherfucker. In the world I wasn't Cupid, the truth made me ruthless. Used to fear death, now I don't give two shits. Bloody knuckles, suit fist, rather have my boots kissed. Cook these heathens up like a steak out of Ruth's Chris. Straight out the nooses, they knowin' how we do in a moment. It's hammer time, let a nigga call me Judas. Mr. Mac is on attack mode, I'm ice, I don't act cold. Never mind, I'm an asshole, my mission defending black folk. Equipped with bacon tackle, standing next to me, listen, you could light a candle. Boots, braids, beards, and grills with all black camo. Coming out of Hebrew Academy, John Rambo. I'm a sample of your life. After stepping, fetching sample. Keep your bad and bougie ass on. I want my Lando. Yasha Allah, prophets of the Father. Watch me pop my collar. Fishing out, preparing for the slaughterhouse. Weapons of war in the drought. Hell, you talking about his God is all up. Why they chalking out bodies with your sawed off religion? Intentions is looking shoddy. Looking shoddy. A hard copy, we make a man out of Punani. The game is like you mind, you recording it like you Molly. UPK is one body, many members, no duplicates. The fake camps proving this. We in the BX Bronx, my nigga, who you with? We too legit to quit, and it's an all-star weekend, not even in the atmosphere. The whole damn atmosphere, the chariots are not. Yeah, I wish I got my jacket here, passing over land with our weapons in hand. Commanding General Johanna raising messengers, man. Nothing ordinary, extraordinary ain't a compliment. The white man's breathing on the black man's oxygen. Without the UPK, we still believe in false doctrine. I'm in the furnace, Johnny Cochran, and the blood don't fit. This is kissing off Romulus. The white man's a devil, America's a cockpit. Flaming homosexuals, Israel better stop quick. Christ is coming with 200 million black men locked him. Blood to the bright on flying saucers, I'm with my eyes. It's that UPK anthem. We ain't out here on the streets like a phantom. We be up on these corners like goddamn them. We be dropping these verses real exquisite. Nothing random, everyone is a hitter. That's why we land them. Hey, this that UPK anthem. We ain't out here on the streets like a phantom. We be up on these corners like goddamn them. We be dropping these verses real exquisite. Nothing random, everyone is a hitter. That's why we land them. Hey, this that UPK anthem. We ain't out here on the streets like a phantom. We be up on these corners like goddamn them. We be dropping these verses real exquisite. Nothing random, everyone is a hitter. That's why we land them. Hey, this that UPK anthem. We ain't out here on the streets like a phantom. We be up on these corners like goddamn them. We be dropping these verses real exquisite. Nothing random, everyone is a hitter. That's why we land them. Hey, this that UPK anthem. We ain't out here on the streets like a phantom. We be up on these corners like goddamn them. We be dropping these verses real exquisite. Nothing random, everyone is a hitter. That's why we land them. Hey.
You understand? You done found a new breed of Hebrews that stand and walk with the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And we don't care who we got to come up against. You ain't standing before this truth. You understand? We done took them all on and gonna continue to take them all on. My truth.
Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see I'm right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, on those ships who had to plead for life. Took us to a place where ain't never safe there. Poisoning our foods and put our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they care. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still brainwashed, we died for that same cost. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother, I'm an Israelite, sin is like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, no, they rob a link a chick tonight. Praises to the Most High, I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background Jamaican, mistreated and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Kwam Yasha Allah, sons of the power. Rise from the ghetto when Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Want to be an Israelite, you gon' need more than fringes. You gon' need to show you approve and get in them scriptures. Oh, I forgot to mention, traumatized from the lynching. Homicide, we the victim. Homicide ain't the ending. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms. Never getting treatment, something he gotta sleep with. Stockholm syndrome so long, it ain't a secret. That's why I die for them brothers I'm facing east with. Cause I'm an Israelite, crackers better get it right. Visions of my enemies, death flow through my dreams at night. If your mind ain't there, then we don't dream alike. Reporting live from hell, home of Christians and Edomites.
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
While they play the sidelines, comfortable on benches. Catch me on the front lines, putting work in trenches. Making sure our election, preparing for Armageddon. Mastering this profession of prophesying these lessons. Protecting our adolescents and answering all their questions. Teaching the love they reflection, no matter what the complexion. We got a common connection, a part of God's hand selection. A shot at the resurrection, through us achieving perfection. But to give life takes sacrifice. Battle demons every vice. Short days and long nights. Less sleep and more fights. More wisdom, more strife. Telling everybody that they wrong and you're right. I'm an Israelite, blood of an Israelite. I ride for my Israelites and die for my Israelites. We owe a debt cause Christ paid the price. So who ready to give their life the life of an Israelite?
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Yeah. But I took an oath that I'ma stand up and blaze the truth on any motherfucker. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Bury me a priest. Up at night, I never sleep, contemplating how to set my people free. Bury me a priest. Revolution, I be moving, got the feds, get a virus in these streets. Nigga, bury me a priest. Was throwing honor to my dad's name, he died before he ever got to see. Bury me a priest. If it's ever rest in peace, tell my kids that it died on his feet. Bury me a priest. So cold-blooded, but the hoes love it. Posted with the low stugging. At 15, I got caught up at the wrong spot. The cop tried to whoop me till my nose blooded. Now I'm fighting back. Suit up all my niggas in that black. Troopers with them killers in the cat. Catch me on the corner going hard with them motherfucking facts. Blaze on your bitch ass. Drop the truth for change, then I get cash. Bring it to the table, then we split that. It's that nation building flow to make the dead turn their neck like a whiplash. Now bury me a priest. Up at night, I never sleep, contemplating how to set my people free. Bury me a priest. Revolution, I be moving, got the feds, get a virus in these streets. Nigga, bury me a priest. Restoring honor to my dad's name, he died before he ever got to see. Bury me a priest. If it's ever rest in peace, tell my kids that it died on his feet. Bury me a priest. I'm from the South and knew a trail up in Cornell. Met a nigga by the name of Darnell. The really ain't his real name, he put me on the work from the cartel. Bitch, I ain't a snitch, never snitch. Then I hit my brother up, I kinda lit. This right before the truth, that shit legit. That's legit. We can ship it by the truck loaded. Powder in the summer, we gon' hit, nigga. Yeah. About to be the man on they bitch ass. Got green plus his hands on they bitch ass. Pop a rubber band on the bitch ass. The fuck a nigga saying, I don't trick cash. Let's slow the car down while I ride down the I-95, thinking about my daughter's eyes on some real shit. My partner caught a case, faced the time. What the fuck is going through a nigga's mind on some real shit? My daddy passed away while I was crying, but my pride won't let me keep crying on some real shit. Something gotta give, shit. Cause somebody gotta make it out these streets. To bury me a priest. Up at night, I never sleep, contemplating how to set my people free. Bury me a priest. Revolution, I be moving, got the feds, get a virus in these streets. Nigga, bury me a priest. Restoring honor to my dad's name, he died before he ever got to see. Bury me a priest. If it's ever rest in peace, tell my kids that it died on his feet. Bury me a priest.
Yo, man, we everywhere, man. We all over the globe. My homies. Shit, with my homies, them niggas is right there. Every day you pair of black boots, sometimes you switch at the night airs. Niggas everywhere like pro class or just like air. Me against the hottest that you know, this is sight there. How you the coolest motherfucker that's mad hot? Always stay in my groove, on the move like a laptop. Teacher schooling the youngest, you get shot by a black cop, white cop, Sasquatch foot on your neck. Anything you set your hand to do, just do it the best. I told you I'm the illest lyricist, I prove it to death. If you ain't standing up for niggas, then you muted, you deaf. I got some niggas in the grave that could be using your breath. True, and that's a fact, it's not the 2 Chainz quote. Break a record, fucking track up like them Usain Bolt. Little rapping niggas, they garbage B. Pardon me, it's the art in me, but they talking funny like Cardi B. Nah, but hella shit they ain't dropped yet. My homies worldwide like .org or .net. And we stay sharp, we smart, that's cause we studious. We come with fire with mountain bird to Vesuvius. With my homie, covering all bases. Preaching all black, they come from the hard places. Where my homie, they be deep in the hood like a mechanic trying to make sure they peoples is good. Where my homie, independent in the struggle, focused on the hustle and the cipher and the huddle. Where my homie, in every city. Where my homie, let's get it lit, shit. Know who you spitting with, knock on that official shit. Professional with spitting and ripping, king of the British shit. I'm right up at the neck of opponents and hit the gristle quick. I spit it like them Browns out the chopper, and that's the pistol grip. Rapping with succession, if I spit it, you should listen shit. I spit that strong-minded, well-rounded shit you didn't spit. Slick as motor oil, you flow with boy, you all that chicken shit. We all you over here, you water, but we ain't mixing with. UPK strong, UPK pop. Yo, I play the cut, listening and watching. My frame of mind ancient and your frame of mind rotten. I'm thinking like the niggas that hated picking the cotton. Every time I spit it, I'm trying to take out the top dog. When we in the cypher, it sound like we letting shots off. But I hit the range cause my record clean and I'm not soft. But rapping what I do, eat the beat and drown it with hot sauce. Rapping so many years, niggas can't figure this nigga out of mind. They the fucking antithesis. Rapping disappeared, I'm just trying to make it clear. Everybody trying to get on like me. My man visitors. My presence when I'm rapping made him fucking ban Christian. Your presence when you rapping like a fucking ventriloquist. We run the world like Ferdinand Magellan. I say with my homies we melting like St. Helen. Where my homie, covering all bases, preaching all black. They come from the hard places. Where my homie, they be deep in the hood like a mechanic trying to make sure they peoples is good. Where my homie, independent in the struggle, focused on the hustle and the cipher and the huddle. Where my homie, in every city. Where my homie, let's get it litty, nigga.
I'ma show them it's a different. I'ma only say this once, you better listen. When West is where it started, so you know that's where it finished. We got one main objective, nigga, let's complete the mission. We explaining what the who, lead them bitches in they feelings. Snub on me, only time I put my nose inside your business. I don't want my gun to show, so I wear my shirt bigger. This is our world, cause if this was your world, I'd be the villain. Break his whole block down, all I gotta do is bend and stuff in Mac shell drums. Turn your crib to Sunday dinner. You don't live here, you visit, this my shit, it's a difference. I don't do lean, Lobos in my cup is what I'm sipping. I don't do dreams, I just say a prayer, go and get it. And it all work out, you know this ain't for play, this ain't for fun. I've been destined for this shit, niggas know that I'm the one. This shit can go 100 yards, you would think I kicked a punt. You would think I had a flare gun on go, you niggas run. They like he an Israelite, all he rap about is guns. Bitch, I'm an Israelite that own a lot of guns. What that nigga said who? Tell him watch the grind. Yeah, you must be crazy if you ever think of stopping mine. Knock all of the chains out you niggas, make them drop a dime. This Taurus hold 12, it is not a zodiac sign. Piss me off, get me in my bag, make me drop a bomb, drop a nuke, make the world freeze, I can stop the time. Watch what you do, cause once you do it, you can't press rewind. On purpose, I do the opposite, so nigga cross the line. This is different, I ain't looking for trouble, but on point, case you think I rap. Turn him to a vegetable, lead this nigga cabbage patch. Know them niggas with me, if you see him, then they got my back. Got it out the mud, big stepping, you can see the tracks, follow me. I can teach you something, have a seat, relax. If you gonna speak on anything, just make sure it's fact. It's a difference, we are not the same, help them notice that. Pay attention, watch how we move, we can know we can't. Hang around all real niggas and we move as one. This ain't Fortnite, get into it, ain't no 1v1. The smoke I bring to you, you can't take it in with your lung. Life about warfare, we just make it look fun. She asked what kind of oil I got on, I told her give them some. When West the only real niggas left, you better get you one. Chicken shop, giving out wings if I pull a drum. It's a difference, you better watch your words before you eat your tongue. Scrape the whole plate, not a trace nor leave a crumb. Ice falling off the watching chain like it's freezer burn. Daring somebody to say my name, I would eat to him. Loyalty means everything, so I don't eat with them.
Don't let them take you out your spirit, gotta stay focused. Can't go back living how I was, cause it's repulsive. I don't ask for much, this all I ever wanted. And not killing, die by hundreds, you can quote me. Yeah, these hoes for the streets, they ain't holy. I ain't pulling up the spiritual when devils kiss your boots. We ain't no cowards, please don't say what you gon' do. Or post something on the internet you think you gotta prove. Cause I got Karak Ice, I got Shia War, got Kasarpakai, I got Imawan, got Kabataban, I got Tazaba, got Kakamaima, got Karanyala, got Yaragabar, Tribe is support, bring out Gobble War. Couple young men in
Alawa Panya, Barack, concert. I'm just doing it for everyone online.
this bitch with an olive oil. If you ain't in these ranks, then you out of order. It's a time for everything right now, it's time for war. And I'm still the same nigga when I'm not recording. I pull up, shoot from half like I'm Michael Jordan. I don't think they fit to join the Lord's army. I survived a Christian church, moral of the story. I done beat so many demons, I got war stories. Garment look so hardcore, look like I morphed on him. Appetite for battle, yeah, I'm war hungry. I ain't choose this life, the Lord chose me. I'm a certified priest and I don't take that lightly. How I feel about this shit, yeah, I can't describe it. I know they mad at me, cause I can't trust the white man. I gird up my loins and did something mighty. Yeah, what's done in private, it's gonna come to light. Speak the truth into these bones and watch them come to life. All my friends are dead, let loose all the plagues, yeah.
Ang wapan niya, Barack, Yahal Bashim Yahushua Brakta.
Clap it up.
Yes, Mata.
Let's get it on. I'll take your questions in the room and out the room. Today's topics will go into national. What's the one about the abuse?
Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We'll go into also voting. We'll go into the true meaning of the Day of Atonement, what the Day of Atonement is actually all about, all right? Also, we'll get into cowards who believe in a false monogamy, which is really not monogamy at all right? It's just false, like I just brought out. I'll get into that. I'll take a drink whenever you get a chance, and I'll answer your questions in the room and online. Are you ready to rock? Any questions in the room? No problem. Take your time. Get warmed up.
Counselor, do you want to start with Domestic Violence Awareness Month?
No, let's not start with that. And let me just get a question or two, and then I'll go to the topic. Sister, please.
So can you get the mic up, sure?
Say that. How many? Say that one more time. I got you. Well, the Most High, give her a hand. The water sister. The Most High, you're speaking about God, right? The Most High God. The Most High God is not coming back, and He never has been back. But He is going to send Jesus Christ to deliver us. All right. And in times past, the Most High God sent Moses. You've heard of him before, right? He was in Egypt, and he led the Israelites out of Egyptian captivity, out of slavery in Egypt. God sent Moses to deliver the Israelites out of Egypt. God is going to send Jesus Christ, a black man from the tribe of Judah, whose true name is Yahushua, to deliver us out of captivity today under Esau or the Edomites, because we're in Egypt again. Do you understand? We're in slavery again. And He's going to send Christ and the angels to deliver us. How many more times? One more time. Once. He sent Moses the first time. He's going to send Christ one time. And that's that. After that, there will be no need for another salvation or another deliverance, because we will be free from the curses that we brought on ourselves. Free from that. I counsel people all day on the phone, all day. And something that I find a treasure when I can find someone that tells me about the horrible situation that they're in, the horrible past that they have. And when I find someone that blames themselves, I know I have someone that can change. But very few people blame themselves for their own poor decisions. They blame circumstances or their family or life, or that this person lied to them, or that they were emotional, or that they thought, or that they were angry. And someone who blames other people for their problems is destined to do those mistakes again and to have more of those problems again. But when you can blame yourself, then you can get out of it. Then you can change it. Well, Jesus Christ is going to come to get us one time out of the punishment we put ourselves in. We put ourselves in this condition. And after He returns that one time, there'll be no need to do it again, because we would have had become the kind of people that don't need to be hurt again. We'll change. That's why there's only going to be one deliverance, one salvation, one judgment day, because you don't even get delivered this time without changing yourself. In Egypt, everybody left Egypt, sinners and people who loved the Most High. Everyone got out of slavery, everyone. This time, if you don't change who you are, if you don't focus on fixing yourself, if you don't blame yourself for your condition that your personal life is in, you're going to die here with our oppressor anyway. So the people that get delivered are only going to need it one time. You understand? Come on.
On topic, sir. Can that be tied into psychology and mental health as well?
Absolutely. You can tie that into that. Demons, that's a psychology and mental health. You can read any scripture about someone being demonically possessed. That's that, and drug addiction. Drug addiction is a demonic possession, and you can tie that into psychology and mental health as well. You understand? Captain in the back, you had your hand up. Shamawala? Okay, no problem. Up front.
I just want to let you know, sir, not only is Harlem headquarters here, but we also have Colorado and Colleen in the building as well.
Give Colorado a hand. Stand up, Colorado. You got it, Colorado, and Colleen, Texas. Give Colleen a hand. All right, I'll get your questions now. I'll get to the topics in 1 second. We'll trickle them in. Come on.
Counselor, I have a question. Can we,
if I may, sir, on topic, sir. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 9. This is Nehemiah speaking. I'm praying to the Most High after saying the countless things that the Most High have done to us, for us when we left out of Egypt. Even though we built a calf and worshiped the Egyptian gods, the Most High was still merciful. This is Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 29. And testified against them that thou mightest bring them again unto thy law. Yet they dealt proudly and hearken not unto thy commandments, but sin against thy judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. And withdrew the shoulder and hardened their neck and would not hear. Verse 30. Yet many years did thou.
If someone doesn't understand this, just ask and I'll break it down for you. All right.
Go ahead. Yet many years did thou forbear them and testified against them by thy spirit in thy prophets. Yet would they not give ear. Therefore givest thou them into the hand of the people of the lands. Verse 31. Nevertheless, for thy great mercy's sake, thou didst not utterly consume them, nor forsake them, for thou art a gracious and merciful power.
That's a perfect precept. Give him a hand. That's exactly what I just brung out. And that the other, when we left out of Egypt, the Most High took the entire nation out, all of us. You went out whether or not you were a righteous person or a wicked person. Everyone left Egypt with Moses done. And in the wilderness, we rebelled against Moses. And we hated Moses. And we hated the God that brought us out of Egypt. And we demanded to go back to Egypt because we weren't a good people. We were just a free people. You understand? Imagine you yourself tonight, hitting the lottery or getting a lot of money. In your mind, it would solve all your problems. Really, you would get more problems. Really, if you have more money, that would just mean more drugs. You get my point? More prostitution, right? More, crime, more sin. I remember growing up when I was a kid. I remember, who was it? Some brother that came into a lot of money. And the first thing he thought to go do is to go buy drugs and guns with that money. I was that some person. That was me. Who thought, I got it. I got this legal money. It's totally legal. I know just what to do with it. Go buy guns and drugs and sell all these things. That seemed like a perfect idea at the time. Come to find out, Levi, it was not. You understand? It hurt me to get it. It'll hurt you. Because if you're not a good person, even freedom will cause you to die. So the Most High has the perfect solution. This time, you don't get free unless you're a righteous person. You're not getting freedom. You're going to die and burn here. You and your marijuana, you and your weed, you and your cigarettes, you and your vape pens, you and your pork, you and your shrimp, you and your white women, you and your democracy, you and your capitalism, all of those things you love more than God. Keep doing it. You can have it because you're not leaving this captivity in that state. Everyone understands.
Counselor.
Come on.
Question on topic. This is from someone online. They asked, so if we don't blame others for the conditions that we find ourselves in, then in what part of the oppression do we blame the white man?
All of it. You blame the white man for every bit of the oppression. You blame yourself for being in a situation to be subject to his oppression. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's a demon. He's foul. He's evil. Come on.
So what you're saying is I should blame myself for the drugs and all the things I've done when I was younger, but I should blame the white man for putting that situation in my life.
I'll make it very simple for you. And this is true in nature. This is true in life, but it's a mystery to us because of the white man. Give me a zebra. All right, look at a baby zebra. Two zebras make sweet love and they make a baby zebra. All right. So now the baby zebra knows that if he does not get up and walk, what will happen when he's born? The baby zebra is just born. He's 10 minutes old, 20 minutes old. What must that baby zebra do? Let's give someone else a shot. Anyone know you don't watch nature shows anymore? You go to the zoo, huh? A baby anything, a baby zebra, a baby deer. He's 10 minutes old. What does that baby deer, what must the baby deer do? How's it hot?
You got to fight to walk or something.
Okay, that baby deer, zebra, buffalo, anything has to do what? He has to get up. Now, he might be 10 minutes old, 15 minutes old, but he must climb his way to his feet. Give me this on the screen, Hazahab, to understand the white man. Give me a lion attacking a baby deer as soon as the deer is born, or a baby antelope, or any goddamn thing. A baby deer, antelope, buffalo must get up, I think, in the first 10 minutes, 5 minutes. And you'll see the parent, the mother deer licking. The mother deer licks the baby, licks him, trying to stimulate him. Then he goes behind the baby's butt and starts to lick and push the baby's butt and licks him, trying to get the baby to wake up. Because if that baby animal does not get up in 10 minutes, the lion is coming. Now, how should the deer feel about the lion? The deer should hate the lion because this lion kills all of my babies. So I can't love the lion or forgive the lion because I lose my babies because of this lion. But I must teach my baby to watch out for this lion. You better get up. You better not lay there and feel sorry for yourself. You better push it, and you better get up. So in the end, the mama deer feels a responsibility to make sure that that child does what it has to do to protect itself from the lion. The problem is, in our cases, we know the white man is killing us and destroying us. We know that about him, and we love him. And then when it comes to us not getting up, us not fighting for our own lives, we feel sorry for ourselves and we lay there. Well, that's the people that's going to be eaten. I hope you understand that. I pray. Let's see what you have here. That's a picture of it. A video which would suffice more. A video of the thing trying and fighting and the mother pushing and pushing and pushing. And before you know it, if it takes too long, the lion is going. And that's that. So yes, it's the white man's fault for being the animal, the predator. Precept. Ezekiel 28:8, Ezekiel 8:28, I believe. Go ahead and do it. That thing got to get up. Got to get the hell up and get out of there. You can watch more videos of this. This is true in everything in nature. All right. True in everything. All right. Give me the precept I asked for. No more shall they be a prey unto the heathen. No more shall they be a prey to the beasts of the field. When you get that, I believe it's Ezekiel. No more shall they be a prey to the heathen is the exact phrasing. I don't think so. Might be 33. The brother will find it. All right, that's your answer, all right, if you need one.
I have Ezekiel 28:8, sir. I'll start at verse 7.
Go ahead.
Behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the.
No more shall they be a prey unto the beasts of the field. The exact phrasing. No more shall they be a prey to the heathen is the other one to prove that the beasts of the field are the heathens, Captain.
Ezekiel 34:28.
34 and 28, Salakia. Abadia, you were right. Go ahead, read it.
Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 28. And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen.
Be a what to the heathen?
Be a prey to the heathen.
What is a heathen? A heathen is anyone who's not an Israelite.
Right.
Heathen, the so-called white man, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Africans. The Lord said there'll come a time when we will no more be a prey to the heathen. Why does the Most High call us a prey? Because they devour us. They eat us. They're the wolf. They're the lion. They're the alligator. An alligator is a more direct metaphor for the white man because it's a serpent. They're the alligator that's coming to eat us. We're against them. We have to be against them to survive. But we damn sure better take it upon ourselves to protect ourselves. We better put responsibility in our own hands, or else he'll eat all of our children. Everyone understands. Give me the other one.
But there's more here, sir.
Please.
Neither shall the beast of the land devour them.
Neither shall the beasts of the land devour them. These heathens are beasts. They're animals. And asking us to love them is like asking that little fawn to love a lion. He can't and survive at the same time. At the same time, he better get up. He better run. He better run fast. He better keep up with the flock. He better keep up with the herd of deer or sheep or whatever the hell they are. He better keep up. He better stay with his parents. He better run fast. And that's what the UPK has always taught us. It's practical. Yes, the white man is the devil, but we put ourselves in a situation to be his prey. If you are still getting high, then who in the hell are you blaming? Blame yourself. Blame yourself because you're still a drug addict. Meanwhile, it destroyed your family. You do commit every mistake that your parents made. Every last one. I don't know anybody that is a better witness of why you shouldn't live your life than you, because you saw your parents do it. How in the hell do you do it as well? How do you do the exact same thing? You don't want to survive. You don't want to survive. And the white man is going to be the one to eat you, to devour you. Not this house, however. We teach our babies to get up and run. I pray you understand. Anything else? Come on.
But they shall dwell safely, and none shall make them afraid.
Oh, that's how it works. We teach our babies to get up and run. Fast. Fast. Everyone understands. Next.
Consul, there was a question on topic. A sister would like to know, how will we know if Yahushua is coming?
How will you know if or when he's coming? I believe she means when, because...
How will we know Yahushua? That was a question.
Okay, I'm going to assume she's speaking about time. You know Yahushua is coming back because of the prophecies in the Bible that have already come to pass. Think of the Bible. You read the Bible every day, right? Give me a prophecy that came to pass in the Bible. Pick one. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Give me thy young men shall dwell as bulls at the top of the streets. Give me thy the destruction of the black and Hispanic family. Her eye shall be evil towards her husband. Pick a prophecy and give it to me. Give me the ones about Alexander the Great that are in the Bible. Give me the ones about the Roman Empire that are in the Bible. Give me any prophecy besides a prophecy about Christ returning. Come on.
Isaiah 51 and 20.
Read it.
Thy sons have fainted.
Read that again.
Thy sons have fainted.
This is a Bible prophecy. Thy sons, thy men. And not just men, but your sons, meaning young men. Thy sons have fainted. What does the word faint mean? To be weak. It literally means to weaken, to fall weak, to faint. So our young men are weak. They're weak. Keep going.
They lie at the head of all the streets.
They do what?
They lie at the head of all the streets.
Okay, visualize the street. And then now I want you to visualize the head of the street.
The corner.
Raise your hand. But yes, I was trying to trick him up with it. But correct. The corner is the head of the street. The corner. It's the top of the block. Right? You go out the door right here. You make a left, you'll be on the corner. It's the head of all of the streets. The Bible says the young men will be weak and they will be on the corners. It's here in the Bible. They will be at the head of all of the streets. Keep going.
Yes, sir. As a wild bull in a net.
So this weakness is not a weakness where you're faint and laying down on the ground. This is a weakness that makes you wild. You're wild because you're so weak. You're not laid out, panting or losing your breath. This weakness causes you to behave like a wild bull in a net. How would a wild bull behave in a net? Like Brooklyn. You understand? That's how they behave. Like Harlem. All right, give me more. Like Trenton, New Jersey. Like Newark, New Jersey.
All the gun violence that's ravaging.
Like all of the gun violence going on everywhere that there is a corner for young Black and Hispanic men to stand on. On those corners, I mean, my God, and how long has this been happening? You know, I read books where there were laws against Black people hanging on the corners of slave plantations. They would go on the corners of the slave plantations and sing and dance and get drunk and fight in slave plantations. And they started to pass rules to make them not hang out on the corners of a plantation. That happened. Give me the prophecy about Jesus Christ returning. Give me that. So if that happened, and if the slave ships happen, and if Black and Hispanic families being broken up, wait, before you go there, give me that our children shall be sold. Give me that, and give me your children shall be sold to another people. How's that?
Deuteronomy 28:41.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt beget sons and daughters.
Thou shalt beget sons and daughters. What does beget mean? To give birth to. You shall beget sons and daughters. Go ahead.
But thou shalt not enjoy them.
But you're not going to enjoy those sons and daughters. You're not going to get to watch them grow up. You're not going to get to have grandchildren bouncing on your knee from your children. You're not going to get to guide them through the pitfalls of adulthood. You will not enjoy these children that you begot. Go ahead.
For they shall go into captivity.
For they shall what?
For they shall go into captivity.
For they shall what?
For they shall go into captivity.
Because your children are going to be enslaved. They're going to be sold. That happened.
Right.
That happened. Right. Now give me a prophecy, please.
It's like still, they're going into ACS.
And they still going in, and child services is still coming to get your children and giving them to gay men.
Yeah.
And giving them to gay men who are, of course, blame yourself. Why are they giving them to gay men? The gay men are evil for taking our children. The child services, they're evil for taking our children and giving them to gay men. They're predators. But why are they taking your children and giving them to gay men? Who wants to say the obvious answer, the obvious truth? Let me do it for you. Anyone, you want to give it a shot, young brother?
Mike?
Please.
Because they consider them better parents.
Are they?
Of course.
Are they? Are they? Right. Raise your hand if you know someone that has been molested in your life. Right. Raise your hand if you know someone who had a parent that was a drug addict. Right. They're better parents. That's the problem. They're not smoking crack. You understand? They're not going to sell the daughter to some boyfriend for rent money. See the problem? They're not going to break up with a new man every week and then bring that new man around the daughter, and the daughter gets molested by every new boyfriend. And when the daughter says she's being molested, what does the mother tell her? If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I'll leave. What will the mother tell when you go and say, Mom, your boyfriend is molesting me? What will the mother say? If anyone has it, just raise your hand and say it. Sister.
Mike, give her the mic.
Give her the microphone.
There should be another
If
mic.
no one gets this right, I'll just walk out because you got the truth. But if anybody knows what I'm talking about, then gay men are better parents than us. What will you go tell your mom, your boyfriend is molesting me? What will they say? She's not going to believe you. Give her a hand. That's what's going to happen. To all of you that have been through this, let me take the fog off of your eyes. Your mother did believe you, but it was more important that the rent gets paid because she didn't want to live in a shelter. That's the truth. So they say, I don't believe you, but I know for a fact your mother does believe you. Who can answer my question right now?
Who I know for a fact that your mother does believe you, but she just lies and says she doesn't. How do I know for a fact your mother does believe you? Officer in the back, give him the microphone.
Because she said the same thing to her mother.
Because it happened to her. Now, the fact that you know that answer means gay men are better parents than us. And that's what we've done to allow a demon to eat us, to devour us. I know you understand this. I don't have to ask. You understand this too well. Come
on. She corrected her statement. It was when is Yahushua coming back, sir?
Well, let me first give me a precept about Christ coming back. You can find him in the book of Acts. Go ahead.
I got another precept in Deuteronomy.
Please.
This is Deuteronomy 20:59. Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed.
What does it mean to make your plague? A plague is a curse, like the COVID-19 virus or the bubonic plague or swine flu.
Monkeypox.
I'm fine for what? Monkeypox. The Lord said, I will make your plagues wonderful, meaning you will look at them and wonder, like, oh my God, how could this happen? That's the old term for wonderful. It didn't mean, today it means a good thing to be wonderful, but back then it just meant you were full of wonder, full of amazement that this could even happen. The Most High said, I will make your plagues wonderful. Go ahead.
Even great plagues of long continuance.
Even great plagues of long continuance. The COVID-19 virus, smallpox, monkeypox, all the poxes. The pox has been around for so goddamn long. I remember chicken pox. Y'all, who knows what in the hell chicken pox is? You got to be about 40. Who had chicken pox? It's rare. You got to be an older person to have chicken pox. I wonder why there are no more chicken pox. Why is that? I want to guess why chicken pox is so rare now. Vaccinations.
Right.
That's why nobody knows what the hell chicken pox even is over. You got to be under 40. Or I'm assuming in Haiti, you grew up in Haiti?
I knew people when I was younger had chicken pox.
I know you did. I'm sure they were fighting like hell to get the chicken pox vaccination over there in Haiti. The white man probably said no. The thing about how long these plagues have been around, forever. That happened. The COVID-19 virus happened. Hell, that's why it's called COVID-19. It ain't COVID-1, right? It's COVID-19 because that's how many of them it's been. That's why they were able to make the vaccine so fast. Because damn, they just looked at COVID-18's vaccine. Because there's been so many of these for so long. And there's going to be another one. And there's going to be more variants. That happened. And if these curses happened, then the blessings will happen as well. Because the Bible also prophesies the Most High God would send our King to deliver us if we'll change our state of mind, if we'll change how we think. Then the same way the curses happen, the blessings will happen also. Everybody gets the point. So the sister's direct question, how will we know when Christ is coming back? Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 3.
That's not the one I want. I want thief in the night.
Concept.
That's what I want. Here's the short answer. You ain't never going to know when Christ is coming back. Mind your business. You will never know when he's coming back. He might come back before class is over. He could come back tonight. He's going to come back when you are calling the police on your husband because you found out he had another wife. He's coming back at that moment. When you're screaming and beating your husband, since we're in domestic abuse month, when one of you women are beating the hell out of a husband for him having another woman, when you're hitting him with frying pans, keying his car, stabbing out his tires, cutting up his clothes, breaking his TV, breaking that video game, you know he loved that goddamn video game. All of you know how he feels. That video game is like a child to him. It's as if it was a human being. And you're going to break that goddamn video game so he can cry real tears in that house. Well, Christ might come back when you're doing that. He might come back anytime. Precept.
2 Peter 3:10.
That's what I need.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
You're never going to know because the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Meaning when someone breaks into your home, you don't know when they're going to break into your home. You don't know when. It's going to happen when you're asleep, which is integral to the metaphor, right? Christ is coming back when you sleep, when you don't think it's happening, when it surprises you. So what do you have to do? Never sleep. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to be waiting and aware and prepared all day, all night, because he will come back at a time when you don't know, Asher.
Concern. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
Meaning, in that day, as a thief in the night, when the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. What does it mean when the heavens pass away?
When the clouds and everything be pushed, because that's what happens when
it's
nuclear.
A metaphor for it. That's true, but that's
because doesn't it happen when a nuclear explosion? It pushes everything.
Okay, that's the small part of the metaphor.
Okay,
meaning when Christ returns, of course, the heavens, the clouds, and the sky, there's going to be a great explosion in the sky. That all is factual, but this is manifold. It's more than that because of the precepts about heavens. All right. The actual heavens there'll be an explosion in the sky with a great noise. And
they're talking about the heavens, the kingdom of the earth.
And the kingdoms of this world are going to die.
Concert.
They're going to pass away
with a
great noise. It all happens at once. You'll see explosions in the sky. The sky that was blue, that was calm. Now there's an explosion in the sky. Thermonuclear war in the sky. At the same time, the heavens that rule this world, the governments that rule this world, they're going to die with a great noise. They're going to pass away.
So there'll be no more Washington, D.C., no more
D.C.,
no more Moscow,
Kremlin, no more Kremlin, no more Moscow, no more Buckingham Palace,
Paris.
No more Paris, no more Saudi Arabian princes, no more Dubai. They're all going to die with a great noise. Everyone understands. Come on.
Concept.
And listen, this is nothing special to your understanding. Everyone who reads the Bible knows about Judgment Day. They just all think that it's not going to happen to them. All of them. But it's going to happen to them. Come on.
Precept. First Thessalonians 5:3.
Go ahead.
For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
That's how it happens. So to your question, how will you know when Christ comes back? You're never going to know. Give me the rest of the thief in the night before thou knewest when the thief will come. Go ahead.
And the elements shall melt. So like this is continuation 2 Peter 3:10. Mm-hmm. And the elements shall melt with a fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
That's thermonuclear war. Keep going.
Verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what a manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness.
Something? Seeing that everything is going to be dissolved, melted, everything is going to burn. What manner of person should you be? Knowing that. How should you behave?
Righteous.
That's the mystery of the kingdom of heaven. That's a key to the kingdom. That. If Judgment Day is terrible and horrible, and everything will melt, and sinners are going to die by the millions, then how should you behave? That's a key to the kingdom, Mark. Come on.
I would say righteously.
You better. You better get up and run. You better get up and run. Come on.
Concert. Verse 12. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Lord.
You better be looking for and hasting, meaning you don't sit back like the Christians do and think, Jesus will be back someday. I'll die one day and live your entire wicked life as wicked as you want it to be. Eat every disgusting thing, have sex with every child, deal with every prostitute, just like the IUIC, just like them. They live life just like Christians. They just enjoy every disgusting purple thing that they can because they don't even consider this day to be something that you should prepare for, hasten yourself for. What does hasten mean? Hurry. You should be trying to make Christ hurry back. Hurry back. You're never going to know when he's coming back, so what do? You better act like he's coming back tonight. You better hurry. Don't feel like you have time to change. That is a very Christian concept, that whenever I hear someone say it, I know that they're a stinking, filthy, pork-eating Christian when you think you have time to get yourself together. How in the hell do you know that? You have time to get yourself together? How much time do you have? You tell me when you're ready to stop smoking cigarettes. Let me know when you're ready. Let's just all wait. I guess God is sitting back and waiting for you to get ready. He's waiting for you to decide that you want to stop having sex with whores. He's waiting now. Don't worry. Listen, he's patient, right? He'll just wait for you. Or maybe God thinks nothing of you and your life means nothing to him, and he'll just kill you like you squash a fly because the way you live is so disgusting that your death is better than your life. Maybe that's what he thinks about you. Maybe you should behave yourself like he wants to kill you, and you have to give him a reason not to kill you. And you should hurry. You should hurry. Levi. Please.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord.
You know what tarry means? Tarry means to wait. That's what tarry means. Don't wait to turn to the Most High. Go ahead.
And put not off from day to day.
Put it off. That's a real Christian concept. Christian, you know what you Christians are? You are so patient, aren't you, you Christians? Oh, you got such patience, all right. When it comes to sin. When it comes to sin, one day I'm going to beat this thing. One day we going to get it together. One day, I know that eating pork ain't right, but one day we're going to fix this. Don't worry. No problem. Take your time, Uncle Joey. Take all the time that you need. Don't sweat it. No problem. What I'm going to do is step over your bones and get on the chariots of God. I'm going to step right over your bones and walk on the chariots and act as if I never knew you. Come on, please, if you don't mind. The what up? Thief in the night, you get the point. That's what that's talking about. He's coming back when you don't know it. Give me the part if you did know it, you were prepared. Give me that, please. Then I got to get off of this.
I'll finish with that one. Are they getting it, sir?
If you have more, you can read
it. Come on, sir. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth.
For what?
Suddenly.
For what?
Suddenly.
Suddenly. That's how it happens, huh? What person, knows when a bad thing is going to happen? When are you going to get into the car accident? I mean, come on now. You don't know. When are you going to get shot by a random bullet meant for someone else? You don't know. You don't know when the Most High is coming to reward you for the evil you've done. Assume it's going to be now. Assume it's right now, today, so that you can get up and run. Don't wait. Act like it's an emergency. Act like you need to be in a hurry to do it. Don't be patient about this. That little deer can't be patient. It doesn't have the luxury of patience. It has to get up and run. Come on.
And in that,
come on.
So and in that security, thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
In your security, you shall be destroyed. Meaning, as you think nothing will happen to you, you're feeling secure. You're going to die in your security. You're going to die. So many of you just think, nothing bad will happen. You're fine. You'll just keep smoking, keep getting high, saying you're sorry every time you do it. Keep doing it. And you just think God will look down on you. And because of your pretty face, he'll just allow you to live another day. I don't know. That's not the God I read about in the Bible. That's certainly not the God in Harlem. That's not the God in Brooklyn. That's not the God in Mississippi, in Memphis, in Puerto Rico, in Florida. How many times do you have to see God's work and realize he is not a father that should be disobeyed? It's up to you. All right, where are we at now?
I think this is what you want to say. Verse 14, 2 Peter chapter 3. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. Verse 15.
I want the one where it says, if thou knewest when the thief was coming, thou wouldest prepare thyself. It might be in Matthew or something like that. All right. I got to move on, but that's in the Bible. All right. Next. Any other questions in the room? Questions? You got a question out? Anyone? Levi?
For clarity's sake, sir, sisters who are on their flowers, are they allowed to cook for the school?
Okay, boy, you gotta look up the precept about see if anything she touches is unclean. Does it say whatever she touches unclean until the evening?
Yes, sir.
Mawala? That's what I remember. Look up and see if it says if she touches it, it's unclean. Is that the same verse? All right. Whatever she sits on is for damn sure unclean. Okay, that's a fact. But just you have to just refresh my memory to see if it says anything she touches. How's it hot? The other one I was talking about. Go ahead.
But and if that servant say it's like 46, but the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him.
The Lord of that servant will come on a day when that servant looketh not for him. Christ is coming back on the day that you don't think he's coming back. He's coming back on that day. Go ahead.
And at an hour when he is not aware.
And he's coming at an hour when you are not aware, when you don't know when he's coming back. Keep going.
And will cut him in sunder.
And he's going to cut you in sunder, which means cut you in pieces. Keep going.
And will appoint him his portion.
This is a good one, but the one I'm talking about is right in 1 Peter's. But this is another good one. For thou knowest at what hour when the thief would come, thou wouldest prepare thyself. This is a precept, but that's not the one I was referring to. I believe you get the point. Let me find it for you. Go ahead.
Let me read verse 47.
Please.
And that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself. Never mind.
Asher.
According to Leviticus chapter 15, verses 19 down to 30, it doesn't mention anything that the woman touches. It talks about what she sits upon and whoever touches what she has sat upon.
Right. The woman can cook when she's unclean. All right, done. Go ahead.
On subject, I had heard of
Mike.
some BS. Basically, when a woman has a baby, she can't be with a man until the time of the uncleanness of that child. That's not true, right?
Hold on one second. Let me find this precept for him.
Okay.
You're looking for if that would prepare thyself, sir?
No, if you knew when the thief was coming.
I'll look
so
for
it
it.
Doesn't vex me.
I'm gonna keep looking for it.
Okay. That ain't it.
What did it say?
I think it's right around the one about the thief in the night. It's right there.
Is it not Matthew 24 and 43?
Let me hear it.
But know this, that if the good man of the house had known and watched the thief would come, he would have watched and would have not suffered.
That's it. Where is it at?
Matthew chapter 24, starting at verse 43.
All right, that's it. Just read it. Read that part so the sister can know that you ain't gonna know. Tell her where it is. I gotta move on. Where is it at?
Matthew chapter 24, verse 43.
Matthew 24 and 43. The point is, you're never going to know when he's coming back because the Most High wants to sneak up on you and kill you. Right. Does everybody get it? That's the point. All right. If he can catch you slipping, if he can catch you laying there like the wolf is not coming, then he's going to kill you. Done. Next.
Constantly.
How's the hop? Matthew 13 and 13.
Therefore I speak to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand.
Everyone wonders why the Bible is such a complicated book to read. Many people will say that. That's why the Christians went and made the NIV Bible, and this Bible, and the Black woman's Bible, and the Black men's Bible, and the Bible for this and the Bible for that. And when you ask them, why are there so many different kinds of Bibles, they'll say, to make it easier for you to understand, right? The Bible is meant to be confusing. Right. It's a puzzle. Right. It's a test. It's like an IQ test. Think of an IQ test where this test is designed to see who is smart enough to get this job. And there's twists and turns and words you don't understand and mysteries and And analogies, the purpose of them is to weed out people who don't understand it. That's the point. Come on.
And in them,
read it from the top.
Matthew 13:13. Therefore, I speak to them in parables.
Therefore, the Lord speaks to us in parables, the camel through the eye of a needle. Let me give you another thing. The Day of Atonement. Many of you think that the Day of Atonement means if I fast for 24 hours, it erases all of my sins for the year. That's what fake Israelites teach. That it's an atonement for my sin, which clearly would mean you paid for any sins that you committed this year by fasting for the Day of Atonement. That is not what the Day of Atonement is about at all. I understand why you think so, because the Lord is on purpose confusing you. It's on purpose. The Lord said, I speak to you in parables. What's a parable? A parable is like a simile or a metaphor. It's easier for a rich man, for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. You'll sit back and go, what in the hell is that? This is my blood. Drink it, for it is shed for you. This is my body broken for you of the New Testament. Eat it. My body is broken for you. What in the hell are you talking about? What do you mean? What are all these scriptures about that I don't understand? Those are parables. Therefore, I speaketh unto you in parable, Azahab.
Because they seeing, see not.
Because they seeing, meaning you have eyes, but you don't see. Keep going.
And hearing, they hear not.
And you have ears, but you don't hear. Go ahead.
Neither do they understand.
Neither do they understand. Keep going.
And in them is fulfilled the prophecy.
And in them is fulfilled the prophecy. Go ahead.
Of Isaiah.
Go ahead.
Which saith, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive.
Skip me down to the part where he says, if I didn't speak to them in parable, they would believe, and then their lives would be saved. That's in there as well. It might be in another precept. Christ spoke to us in parable because he doesn't want most of the people that read the Bible to understand it. That's what I just said is in the Bible. If I spoke to ye not in parable, then you would hear and understand, and you would believe, and your lives would be saved. And he doesn't want that to happen. He wants you to die because you thought the Bible gave you the right, like over in Saudi Arabia. They read the Old Testament, the Muslims, and they think the Bible gives them the right to chop the hands off of women who want to learn to drive. That's the Muslim culture. If a woman tries to learn to drive a car, she's getting her hands chopped off in Saudi Arabia. If a woman doesn't cover her head, it just happened. It just happened where some woman uncovered her head walking down the street, and the police arrested her, and she died. And right now, there's a revolution happening, spurned by America, over in the Middle East right now, because this woman got arrested for simply not having her head covered. Where'd the Muslims get that from? The Old Testament, the book of Musa, which is what they call Mashah in Hebrew, or Moses in English. They read the scriptures about a woman having her head covered. And now if you walk down the street without your head covered, the police come and beat the hell out of you as a woman. They'll chain you to a stove and then put a bomb in the stove. Am I making this up? This happened. The woman refused to cook food. They chained her to the stove, put a bomb in the goddamn stove, blew her up in front of the damn stove. Or randomly chain women to the stove. Why? Because they read about the precepts about a woman being in order, and they think that means to abuse women and to beat women to death and to cut their hands off, when it does not. But of course, they don't understand the Bible. They don't get it, and so they behave that way. Our oppressor, the so-called white man, reads precepts about Israelites and what they did, and then takes that and uses those scriptures to support white supremacy. Scriptures from the Bible that he uses that then says, because of these precepts in the Bible, this means that white supremacy should reign on the earth, and white people are better than everyone because the Israelites were better than everyone. That does not mean that. But our oppressor, because he doesn't understand the Bible, uses it for his own gain, and he's going to die for not understanding. Does anyone have the precept I asked for yet? How's it, huh?
Matthew 13:15.
That's it.
Lest at any time.
Read above it.
For this people's heart is whereas, up the verse before.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, I speak to them in parables.
That's what you need. Therefore, I speak to them in parables, metaphors, riddles, things that are hard to understand. Why does a woman have to cover her head? Why do men have to do this? Fringes, this and that. And what do you do? I don't understand it. I'm reading the Bible. It's hard to understand. It's because the Most High spoke to us in parables. Therefore, I speak to them in parables. Go ahead.
Because they see not.
Because they see and don't see. Because they hear and don't hear. Go ahead.
Neither do they understand.
And they don't understand. Let me make it very simple for you. Because when he tells people it directly, when he just tells them, they still don't get it. They disobey him when he tells them flat out what they should do. They still don't get it. They still don't understand. So you know what? He's not telling you flat out anymore. You're going to have to earn even understanding now. Even to just know what the Bible is talking about, you're going to have to fight for it and work for it. Because when they just tell you flat out, don't eat pork, what do? You keep eating it. You just keep doing it. When the Bible can't clearly say not to eat pork any better than it does. It really can't do a better job. Homosexuality cannot be clearly spelled out as wrong in the Bible better than it is. It says it's flat. It's not a parable, which is what Christ is talking about. The Old Testament, the laws, they're not parables at all. You can't do it. And what do Christians say? God knows my heart and I'm allowed to sin and I'm going to keep being homosexual. And I'm going to keep eating pork because Jesus died for my sins. So I'll keep eating pork. Even though the law against eating pork is not a parable, but you have eyes and you still don't see it. And you have ears and you still don't hear it. So I'm going to teach you in parables that, come on.
Therefore I speak to them in parables, because they see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. Skipping to 15, sir. Lest at any time they should see with their eyes.
Because if he did not speak to you in parables, you might see with your eyes. Keep going.
And hear with their ears.
And you might hear with your ears. Go ahead.
And should understand with their hearts.
And you should understand. Then in your mind or your heart, you would finally get it because it's not spoken to you in parable. Keep going.
And should be converted. And I should heal them.
That's why he speaks to you in parables. So that you don't get converted. So that he doesn't have to heal you. Because the simple mystery of the Bible will weed out most people. The mystery of it, the lack of understanding what it is. You'll move on out. You'll use the mystery of it to say, you know what? I'll just keep on smoking weed. Because, hey, who knows? I'll just keep on getting high. I'll just keep on eating pork and shrimp and being a homosexual. I'll just keep on doing it. The ambiguity of it will make you just say, nobody really knows what God is saying. So really, I'll just keep on doing it. That's the point. That's the point. Because if you believed it, he'd have to save your life, and he doesn't want to. That's the God that just came through Florida. That's the God that just visited Puerto Rico. That's the God that visited your house in Harlem and Brooklyn. Right? That's the God that has the people living into the subway right now. That's the God that has rats biting you from 1968 to today in New York. That God, the God that offered this Bible right here. I pray you understand. How's it hard?
I could go to 17 right quick, sir.
Please.
For verily I say to you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which you see.
Many prophets and righteous men, they wish they could see it, and they didn't. But you did see it, and you don't listen. You deserve to die. And that's a revelation. When you can realize that you deserve to die, man, you can do a lot of changing to yourself. You can really stop saying, but I shouldn't do. Some bitch called me today and told me, texted me, and said, the UPK, I never felt love here. Bitch, go where you feel love. What are you doing in here then? I said, sister, well, she said, well, you decide if I'm going to be in the UPK or not. And I said, oh, is the decision mine? She said, yeah. I said, well, okay, well, do you know what it means to be in the UPK? She said, I know what it means to be in the UPK. I'm supposed to feel love, and I never felt love. And my camp leader, he talks to me in this way, and he don't love me. I'm supposed to be feeling love. And I said, bitch, you don't understand what it means to be in the UPK. You don't even know what the hell it is to be in this school. You think this school is here to make you feel loved? What in the F is your problem? What do you think this school is? Your boyfriend? Is that what we are? Your lover? Our job is to what? Is make you come? That's not our job to do that. That's not what it means to be in the UPK. What it means to be in the UPK is for you to surrender your will to God's will.
Right.
That's it. I love hurting people and shooting people and breaking people's jaws. And then one day, General Yohana said, I can't do that anymore. It wasn't my will. It wasn't what I wanted, but I had to surrender it to Commanding General Yohana. I loved having sex with some woman who was yours. But Commanding General Yohana said I couldn't do that anymore. I had to surrender my will to his.
Right.
That's what it means to be in the UPK. And if you're not doing that, then you're not in the UPK. You have to surrender. You have to like to get shape-ups and to shave your face and then say, I'm growing my hair. I have to do it. I have to grow my beard. I like being a shave-faced robot, but I have to do this because I must surrender my own will. And if you're not doing that, then you're just not in the school. This is what this entire thing is about. It's not about, you feeling an orgasm or you feeling love. Go to church, man. Your church is full of spiritual orgasms, tons of them. You can get one. You can call a bitch on the phone and there's a prayer line. Are you aware of that? There's a number out where a bitch can come at will. You just get on there and say, I want the prayer line. Oh, hallelujah. Let me pray for you right now. Just first lodge your credit card right in there. Give me your credit card number. Do you have it in there? Let me hold on one second. You can come right there on the phone. What the hell are you in here for? You in here to submit. To submit. That's what every person is doing. We choose to submit. We choose to say, damn, I think this about life, but the Bible says differently, so I'm not doing that anymore. I mean, what's wrong with eating shrimp? Hell, what's wrong? It's just a little shrimp. There's a little tiny thing. They call it a shrimp. It must be small. It's a small thing. It means nothing. But the Bible says it's very big, and I can't do it, so I can't eat it. Right? I can't do it. Some of you women have been whores since you were 13, 11 years old. Your mother taught you to twerk and whore. But the Bible says you can't. You know how many women come into school I can have never worn a dress? Ever. They have never put a dress on in their entire life. Now they wear dresses because they submit. Everyone submits. And without that submission, you're supposed to die. You're supposed to die. Everybody understands. All right. Next. Let me get Asher real fast.
Counselor, I have my own question, but I got questions saved for you online. Also, Chicago has joined us as well, sir.
Give Chi-Town a hand. I'll take questions from them. They can say it themselves if they need to, all right?
Chicago, any questions?
Chi-Town, Denver,
sir.
Colorado, I'm sorry. Colorado, Denver, and
Killeen and Colorado are together today.
Killeen, say again?
Killeen and Colorado are together
today.
Killeen
and Colorado throughout it. Let me get Abadja real fast. Abadja?
I had heard what's it called. This is to piggyback off Yatazar's question about unclean.
We can start getting the topics too, Asher, after this. Go ahead.
Khan, this is basically supposedly I heard fake Israelites going around saying when a woman has a baby, she's unclean and can't be with a man. That's not true, right?
Okay.
I have the scripture here.
I got you. Go ahead, read it, please.
This is Leviticus.
Also, 12. Someone give me the Day of Atonement. Let's go over that quickly, all right? The Day of Atonement. Go ahead,
This is Leviticus 12:2. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a woman have conceived seed and born a man child, then she shall be unclean 7 days. According to the days of the separation for her infirmity, shall she be unclean. If I may, can I skip verse 3, which is about circumcision, and go to 4? Okay. Verse 4, and she shall then continue in the blood of her purifying 33 days. She shall touch no holy thing, nor come into the sanctuary until the days of her purifying be fulfilled.
And also what you need to go with that is what happens if her flowers get upon thee.
Counter.
All right. If a woman is unclean, if she's bleeding,
right,
and if that blood gets on you, you're unclean until the evening, I believe. I can't recall. Double check and make sure it's not a week. It could be a week. It could be the evening. Someone check. All right.
Counter.
When a woman just has a baby, right?
Right.
She's bleeding after she has the baby because of all of the birth and everything, the trauma that just happened to that vagina.
Right.
So now it's blood coming out of the vagina. So the unclean laws apply because blood is coming out of the vagina because she just had a baby. Right. All right. So now, while she's bleeding, if that blood gets on you, the law that would apply if she was just having her monthly applies to the blood of her just having a baby getting on you. Go ahead and read it.
If I'm verse 5, because I think this is the one I kind of got the other. But if she bear a maid child, then she shall be unclean 2 weeks, as in her separation, meaning like this is similar to the separation. And she shall continue in the blood of her purifying 66 days. So the question I had was, is there a difference between the first set and the rest of the
set? No. This is what you need. If a woman has a boy, right, she's unclean 40 days. Now, her being unclean means she cannot come around the people.
Right.
Which means she can't come into the temple.
Con.
She can't come into a holy place, the school, the Passover, some place that is now a holy place. The
cookout, would cookout be a one?
No, the cookout is not a holy place. But the Feast of Unleavened Bread is a holy place. All right. Just think people. If she comes to the cookout, she still cannot touch people, right, because there's another law that's not about her, but about the people she touches, which is the one I need you to find for me now. So now we know if you're a woman, you got to stay away from people, right? You can't come to the temple, which is the school now, or high holy days. You can't come around. Right. You got to be separate, right, which is what you just read. But the one you need is the one that talks about what happens if you touch her, or if her blood gets on you, or if you touch anything she's set on. That's what you need now. When you get that, you tell me.
15. Yeah, kind of somewhere around here. Salakia.
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
Leviticus.
The book of Leviticus 15 and 19.
Oh, yeah.
If a woman have an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days, and whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the even.
That's what you need. So you got your wife, right? She's unclean. He has blood coming out. If you touch, say that part again.
And whosoever toucheth her,
if you touch her, you're unclean till the evening. That's the law. So now she's bleeding. She just had a baby. If you touch her, now you'd have to touch her to have sex with her. You'd be unclean until the evening every time you touch her because she is bleeding. Simple enough to understand. Any more?
No, sir.
Give me if her flowers get upon thee. Look up the word.
That's the one I was looking for specifically. It's Salakia, flower, isn't it? I was looking for issue, Salakia.
I believe it's flowers. You can check it out, but I believe it's flowers.
Salakia, yeah, 15 and 24.
Go ahead.
This is Leviticus 15 and 24. And if any man lie with her at all, and her flowers be upon him, he shall be unclean 7 days.
So you get that. So now, if those flowers get upon you, meaning the blood,
right,
it gets on you, you're unclean for 7 days. So with the unclean laws, you don't want to think, do it, I can't, I can.
Right.
You want to think, if this happens, you're unclean 7 days.
So just to clarify, the entirety of the either the 30s, 30 plus, or the 90.
If if the flowers get on you, you're unclean 7 days. So, and that's what confuses fake Israelites. Don't think you can or you can't, because that doesn't say that.
Right.
If this happens, you're unclean 7 days. Listen, there's no sin in getting unclean.
Right.
Getting unclean is not a sin. When you go to a funeral, you're unclean. There's no sin to go to a funeral. Right. You get my point? But if you go to a funeral, you are unclean 7 days. There's no sin in a woman having a period.
Right.
But if she has one, when she has one, she's unclean 7 days. So it's not like you can't get unclean. Hell, whenever a seed comes out of a man, you're unclean until the evening. That doesn't mean it's a sin for you to have sex and seed to come out of you. But when that seed comes out of you, you're unclean until the evening. So don't think like fake Israelites and Christians and Catholics. Being unclean means don't do it. Just think, if I get unclean, I have to be separate for some period of time, either 7 days or until the sun goes down.
Right.
Do you get the point? Now, with that said, leave that woman alone. All right. Stop having sex with a goddamn woman when she just had a baby. Don't do that, Doc. It's, ridiculous and cruel for you to hump on her when she just had a baby coming out of her. Okay. Even medical professionals will tell you got to give her 6 weeks. You want to give her 6 weeks, not because of the unclean laws, but so the damn woman can heal up from just having the baby.
Right.
And for most of you, the baby wasn't yours anyway. So why are you even jumping all over the goddamn woman? That's some other brother's baby. Don't think I don't know about y'all doing that. You go ahead and you marry some broad who just had a baby. She just had a baby, which makes my stomach hurt. But hey, that's not the law. I'm not. That's up to you if that's what you want to do, as long as she's not married, meaning in a relationship with that brother. But since that baby wasn't yours anyway, leave her alone for 6 weeks. Do what the doctor tells you to do, because that's also a precept in the Bible, to take heed to the physician. The Bible says to leave that woman alone. Look that up for when you got to leave that woman alone. On your phone, you can look it up. I believe it's 6 to 8 weeks or 6 weeks. No sex, Doc. Leave her alone. Let the woman heal up. Let her relax. It's okay. Calm down. And that's that. All right. If the blood gets on you, you're away for 7 days. All right. And if you're in the work of the Lord, and if you're a priest and an officer who's relied upon to go to camp every week, you being unclean 7 days is going to be a problem. It's going to hurt your career. It's not a sin, but you are needed in the work of the Lord. Everyone understands. All right. Come on.
Salakia, just to piggyback off what you just said with the what you said about a sister who's pregnant and not dealing with the brother. What is the criteria that a brother would go through when they say, like, especially, she's pregnant, she must have been dealing with a guy at least less than a year ago. What would be the criteria? This is no longer a relationship. Like, she's not. Like,
how would you know if she's fully done with that relationship?
Or the relationship's done, rather.
Okay. If she just had a baby with a brother, I would not marry a woman like that. If you asking for just fatherly advice.
No, I'm asking for the actual
for the law.
Yeah, the criteria, really. Like, if a brother
What do you mean by criteria?
Meaning, like, what's called? What lets you know that you can deal with
to meet the criteria? You should call him on the phone.
Call him on the phone.
Yes,
right.
You should go talk to him. You should ask him, is this still your woman? Do you want her? She's coming to me while she's bleeding from a pregnancy saying that she is free to date. All right. So you should say, is this your woman? Are you with her? And if he says anything like, man, we going through problems right now, you should walk away from her. If she says, well, man, we arguing and she's doing this to spite me, you should walk away. If he says anything but other than, I'm not with her, I don't want her, you're free to do whatever you want to do, I will give it to you in writing, which is what you should be doing, is getting it in writing from him. And he, in essence, has to free you to do what you want with this woman. If he won't do that, then you should leave her alone, because she just had a baby, which signifies that she was just with him. She has his child. And a lot of you brothers are so nasty that you break up families up.
Right.
You're breaking up somebody's family with doing that, because that bitch is a nasty. She's not a good person.
Cancer.
All right. And you're breaking up a family. And guess what? She's only doing this to make him angry.
Right.
And after she has sex with you, soaked in blood. She's going back to him. And then you're going to have to look at him in the face while he goes, yeah, man, you know, that's how she is. And he's going to take her back.
Right.
Because he has a child with her and he doesn't want to go to child support, go through all of the trouble, and he's going to take her back. And here you sitting there, a blood-drenched idiot. Levi.
I was gonna say, so I don't even want to know if she's still with her boyfriend or not. So I don't even.
What I would do, I come up in the UPK, I'll hook you up with a woman. As a matter of fact, all you women who don't want your husband to get more than one wife, I'm gonna hook your husband up with a woman. That's what I meant to tell y'all here tonight. If any of you stupid bitches out there are treating your husband like garbage because he joined the UPK and he believes in having another wife, I'm going to make sure your husband is the first one to get another wife. I'm going to be like a love matchmaker. I'm going to make sure your husband goes to the front of the line. If you are berating him and abusing him simply because he believes in a man's right to have another woman, your husband is going to get another wife. I'm going to make it happen as fast as I can. Everybody understands.
Right.
All right. Let's go into the Day of Atonement. How's it hard? What do you have?
I got a question. I don't know if it's
Come on.
related to Day of Atonement at all.
Go ahead.
The thing is not. If I could have,
Mm-hmm.
I got Mark 2:19. It's not related to the Day of Atonement, right? It's about fasting, though. And Yahushua said unto them, Jesus said unto them, can the children of the bride chamber fast while the bridegroom is with them?
Mm-hmm.
Question mark. As long as they have the bridegroom with them, they cannot fast.
That's a good precept for the Day of Atonement.
Oh, so go.
Okay, but what's your question about it?
I didn't understand it at all. I don't know why the bride chamber and the bridegroom cannot fast.
Who's the bridegroom? Do you know that?
I would say the man.
In this metaphor or this parable,
I don't know.
in this parable, Christ is the bridegroom. The Sadducee and Pharisee came to Christ and they said, the Pharisee or the disciples of John fast often.
One verse up.
Go ahead.
Come, Mark 2:18. And the disciples of John and of the Pharisees used to fast. And
They used to fast, meaning they would fast as a culture or practice, meaning they would just say, we're not eating. We're not drinking. This is about the Day of Atonement. This is important. First of all, why would the Pharisee and the disciples of John the Baptist just fast often? Why would they do it? Someone else. Someone online.
Second, sir. Repeat the question.
Read that again. Often, meaning they periodically would just go on a fast. They would just do it. Right? Why? In their mind, not in your mind, but in their mind, why did they think it was beneficial to them to fast? Let me see if someone answers online. Anyone? Asher?
One person said to give the appearance of righteousness.
They were in their mind, they weren't thinking we're doing this to give the appearance of righteousness. That's not why they thought they were doing it. Why did they think they were doing it? Azahar.
I want to say that they're trying to beat other people in righteousness.
That's not why they thought. Let me give it to you. They thought fasting would give them strength. You understand? It would give them power over sin. Fasting. Because fasting at its essence is self-denial. The denial of one's desires and flesh. And not just desires that are, superfluous or, give pleasure, but desires that you need to live. If you don't drink or eat, you die. You brothers, give yourselves a hand. Who had their first Day of Atonement this year? Anyone in the room? Give her a hand. God damn. How was it, sis? You did it. You stood up in the thing. Give her a hand. Well done. Anyone else? Come on. You young warrior, this is your first one? How was it for you?
It was fine.
You stood up in it. Give yourself a hand, huh? Let me tell you something, man. Okay, fasting gives you strength against sin because that muscle that you train for those 24 hours, that's the same muscle you use to get off of drugs, to change your behavior, to achieve goals in your life that you have found difficult to achieve. It's the same muscle. It's discipline. It's forcing yourself to do something that your body doesn't want to do. It's mind over matter. You understand? It's your brain saying, I'm not eating, while your body is saying, eat. Your brain saying, I'm not drinking, while your body is saying, I'm dying of thirst. If you did 24 hours without drinking, who knows how long you go before you die without water? Let's look it up. Now remember, you did 1 day without water. Is that right? 1 day. That's the Day of Atonement. How many days until you die? You look it up. You let me know if you have it looked up. See me one more time, please. Asher.
About 3 days.
3 days. You did 1/3 of what would kill you. Right. You didn't. Did you know that? You went 1 day. If you would have went 2 more days, you would have died. 2 more days. You risk your life by doing 2 more days. You damn near killed yourself. What else could you do now? You understand? If you gave up something that is basic and a necessity to life, you can't give up other things. I think you can. I think there's more that you can do than you realize. You proved it on the Day of Atonement, which is why the Pharisees and the disciples of John did it. They would just fast because they knew that fasting built the strength that you needed to fight sin. Christ. So they went to Christ and they said, well, listen, why aren't your disciples fasting? That's what they asked Christ. Go ahead. Read that part.
Mark 2:18. And the disciples of John and of the Pharisees used to fast. And they come and say unto him, why do the disciples of John and of the Pharisees fast, but thy disciples fast not?
But the 12 disciples and the disciples that he had before all of them left, they didn't fast. But every other disciple of other groups, they fasted. But if you follow Christ, you didn't go on fast. Keep reading.
Mark 2:19. And Yahushua said unto them, can the children of the bride chamber fast while the bridegroom is with them?
Who are the children of the bride chamber? It's a metaphor.
The children of the bride of the chamber would be the disciples that were Christ.
That's right. But in the metaphor, what are children of the bride chamber?
It would be us, Israel.
It would be the wives.
Oh, and yes.
Children, the bride chamber is the honeymoon suite. That's the bride chamber. The room where you have sex with the woman. Soon we'll have some marriage ceremonies in the UPK. Ooh, they're wild events. There's some wildness that goes on there. We had them back in the day. We haven't had any in a long time. General Hazayan told me he's getting calls about having UPK marriage ceremonies. Well, you got to break away and go have sex at the ceremony. You got to go up to the hotel room, tell everybody shalom, kwam yashala, leave and go up to that bedroom and come back and say it's done. And we kwam yashala you again and we keep on partying and you get the hell out of there because you are nasty and unclean. And we stay in there and we keep on, but you come and verify that it's done. You took possession of that wife and then you leave. That's traditional.
Right.
That's how it's done. Sex happens there. You go break away to a room, to a hotel room somewhere. You leave. This happened, I think. Wait, who did this? Ryan did this in Chicago. We was in Las Vegas. They came into that room, brother, said shalom, came back when the deed was done. And we all said, Kwam Yashala, because they went and did it. That's one West. I pray you understand. Come on.
Because in biblical times, they would have to present the father with the.
In biblical times, they came out with the white sheet, the marriage token, with blood on it. They came to the people and said, here it is, like that. The father gave me a woman that has never been with a man. Here's the proof. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And that's that. That was our tradition. The bride chamber is that room that they go into to have sex. The children of the bride chamber is speaking about the women that he's had sex with. Why is it children and not child? Because you can marry a woman, you can marry multiple women on the same night if you got that type of UPK stamina. Everybody understands. Okay. So now he's saying, Why would the wives who are getting married fast when the husband is still here? Why would they do that? That's the groom is him, the husband. The children are speaking about the wives that he's marrying. You understand, Hazahab now? The water warrior. Go ahead.
As long as they have the bridegroom with them.
If the bridegroom is there, why are these women going to fast? They don't need strength because I'm here. They don't need to have any strength. So they're not fasting because I'm here. Keep going.
As long as they have the bridegroom with them, they cannot fast.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 20. But the days will come.
Read that again.
But the days will come.
Read that again.
But the days
will come. Go ahead.
When the bridegroom shall be taken away from them.
Now you know who he's talking about.
That's
Christ,
right.
because he was leaving them. Christ was going to die and be sacrificed for the sins of his people, and then die and be rose again to sit on the right hand of the Father. He wasn't going to be with them anymore. He's not with us right now. And because of that, keep going.
And then shall they fast in those days.
And then they will fast. Why? Because fasting gives you strength to fight sin. Give me the Day of Atonement. For those of you that don't know, the Day of Atonement is one day from sundown to sundown. No food at all, no water at all, no liquid at all. You suffer for 24 hours. Children do not celebrate the Day of Atonement at all. You'll have to wait until they become adults. When is that time? You'll know when that time is. Unless you're an idiot, and then ask me. Okay, an 8-year-old is not an adult. You know, these fake Israelites, they'll make you fast at 1 or some garbage like that. And child services should come to their house. All right. A child does not celebrate the Day of Atonement. Why? Simple answer. Because a child doesn't need strength. Why? Blow my mind. Show me that you understand something. Why do children not fast on the Day of Atonement? The elderly do not fast. Invalids. When I say invalid, I mean people who have chronic sicknesses where they're weak and they're frail. They do not fast on the Day of Atonement because, hold it, I'll give you a second. Let me first read it. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's read it first. The Day of Atonement. Please.
Book of Leviticus, Book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 27. Also, on the 10th day of the 7th month, there shall be a Day of Atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you.
The Day of Atonement is a holy convocation, meaning we will all come together. Convocation is where the word convention comes from. It's, meaning we all come together on that day. All right, go ahead.
And ye shall afflict your souls.
And you're going to do what?
Afflict your souls.
Hurt your souls. You're going to get hurt. Fake Israelites, because of this precept, man, they do a lot of crazy things. They might beat themselves, do all kinds of nasty things. You afflict your soul, according to Isaiah, by fasting. Right. Fasting is how you afflict your soul. Keep going.
An offering made by fire unto the Lord.
And then they would make a sacrifice to the Most High God. That sacrifice we make every day with our very lives for Christ. Keep going.
Verse 28. And you shall do no work in that same day.
And it's a Sabbath, which means you don't do any work. Now, fake Israelites believe this, and Jewish people, which is where fake Israelites got it from. They believe that for the Day of Atonement, if you celebrate the Day of Atonement and fast, that makes a payment for any sins you've committed all year. Has anyone ever heard that before? That's what all of them say. All of them, the purple ones, the randomly, nutty ones, all of them, right? That is not what the Day of Atonement does. The Day of Atonement does not absolve you of the sins you've committed the year before. Right. Or else, why would you have sacrifices to make for this sin and for that sin and for this sin? With the Day of Atonement, the Most High God still gave us in the Old Testament all of these sacrifices that you had to pay for sins. And then some sins you paid for with your life. So then the day that should prove to an idiot that the Day of Atonement is not making an atonement for sin you committed all year. The word atonement means like payment. You get my point? Because of that, that's why they think, well, I fasted, so that means all my sins are wiped away for a year. That is not what it's talking about at all. Any more? Give me another Day of Atonement precept. You got one?
I got Isaiah the 58.
Go ahead.
There's Isaiah 58, verse. I guess we can start at verse Salakia 7. Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house, when thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, and thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh? 8. Then shall thy light break forth as the morning. Salakia, I wanted the one that actually.
Give me Day of Atonement for time.
So like verse 10. And if thou draw out thy soul to the hungry and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall thy light rise in obscurity and thy darkness be as the noonday.
That's a good one to show what afflicting your soul is about.
Right.
It's about being hungry
Right.
and thirsty. Real poverty, not you. What are you sad about? You're sad because your girl left you or your husband has another wife. You think that that's, suicidal worthy affliction because you found out. Come on.
If I may, sir.
Please.
The sisters brought food, so any Akim wants some food, the sisters brought food in the back.
Get down, Akim. What sisters brought it here?
Salakia, Tabitha, Matanya, and I believe the other sister Imani brought it.
Phil Water. I appreciate y'all. Phil Water sisters. Give them a hand. All right. So now, afflicting your soul is not eating and not drinking. Real sadness. And you think about yourself and the things that made you sad. You eat so damn much, you got health problems from eating so much. You drink so much, you got health problems from drinking so much. Real affliction is having nothing to eat and nothing to drink. That's real affliction. Everybody understands. Solid. So any more about fasting at all? Go ahead.
I just wanted to clarify what's called the point of this is so we understand our people's pain and those of us who are hungry all the time.
Point of what?
What's it called? The Day of Atonement. Meaning, like, this, is that what the scripture is saying?
The Day of Atonement is not that scripture is absolutely saying that.
Okay,
but go ahead.
And with that being said, your fast means nothing if you turn your nose up at the poor, so to speak.
Well, okay. Your fast means nothing if you don't care about other people who are in sadness and affliction every day. You're afflicting your soul on purpose to gain from it.
Right.
One day or other days, this person doesn't have any opportunity to eat or drink.
Right.
Absolutely. Let me make it simpler for you for the Day of Atonement. The Day of Atonement is not about you paying for the sins you committed all year. The Day of Atonement is about you paying not to sin.
Right.
It's an atonement for your sins. Let me make it very simple for you. No pain, no gain. The Day of Atonement isn't like, well, I fasted, so the murder I committed all year is fine. The pork I ate is fine. No, I fasted, so now I know how to stop myself from murdering. I know how to stop myself from eating pork or being a whore or being a homosexual or being a drug addict. I am paying for sin. Do you understand? No pain, no gain. The acceptance and the embracing of pain is how you will get off of drugs. It's how it's done. So, and that's why the Pharisee and the disciples of John did it often. Christ said there's no reason for the children of the bride chamber to do it because I'm here, which is also why your children don't have to do it. Because, blow my mind, why don't children have to fast?
Because you are with them.
Because you're here. You're here. What strength does your child need against pork? You don't allow them to eat pork. You get my point? Your child doesn't need to be strong against pork. Why? Because you don't allow them to eat pork. You're standing right there in front of them with a belt to beat their behinds when they try to smoke weed. You get my point? There's no reason for a child to fast because the child has a parent that can force them to do what's right. But one day your child will be an adult and you won't be able to force them to do what's right. Then they're going to need personal strength. Then they must fast. Come on.
If I may, I don't want Mike.
Before I go on, what about the elderly? Why don't the elderly have to fast? Because the elderly can't eat without you. You're changing their diapers and bringing them their food. They don't need to be strong because they're about to die. For the days that they have left, you're feeding them, you're clothing them, you're getting them to the doctor's office. They don't need any strength. They have you. And in the future, they'll be dead. Everybody understands. No fasting of any children here. If I hear about somebody making some child fast, I'm telling you, I'm going to command in General Yohana to kick you out of school. Do not make some child fast because you're some type of religious nut. You can't be a religious nut and be in the UPK. You got to wear purple to be a religious nut. You can't be a schizophrenic pretending to be religious in here. You're not going to make those children starve to death or go without water because God showed you to do it. You're getting the hell out of here. Does everybody understand? I pray so. Old people, you're not going to be old people and forcing them to go on fast when they're because they need you to change their diaper. Don't you do it. You fast because you're the one that's wicked. You. And you have the strength to fight wickedness, but you just don't use it. The Day of Atonement teaches you to fight sin, which is why you are making an atonement for sin. Give me that precept. Give me that phrase that I just said, where you make an atonement for sin. Come on.
If I may, sir, at what age would you allow maybe a teenager if they say they want to
when
fast?
they become an adult?
So do not allow the teenager who say they want to do it if they voluntarily say they want to.
What do you mean by that? A teenager?
Meaning a 13-year-old who sees you've been doing it for the past 3-4 years.
13 is subjective. Okay, age in the Bible is not a set number. Come on now. I'm fine, warrior. So what? Age in the Bible is not. There is a 13-year-old that's a child. There's another 13-year-old that's a man. You get my point? It's not. It's kind of subjective. Once a child has sexual maturity, meaning puberty, where they're sexually mature, then you got to kind of watch them to see when this person has the strength, the physical strength to be able to do their own will. Then of course they should fast. But it's not a set. There's one 13-year-old that has not matured physically. You get my point? I think at the time, brother, I think I had Captain Ariana in the camp, 14 years old. I think he was a goddamn officer or a trooper or something. But he was just physically mature. You get my point? Like at 14, he was like a man that could defend himself and fight at camp, physically fight. And so with my sons, I kind of look at it like, would I let them go to camp and physically fight at camp? Where if someone attacks the camp, they can get their hands and feet and teeth and claws and fight. And then I go to, well, that's a man, he should fast. But if I look at him and go, I don't know if he would go to camp and physically fight, then he might need to wait because he's not a man. He's not physically mature enough. Captain Ariel was physically mature enough, and he started doing the fast 14. But I think he was an officer or something by 14 as well. You get my point. But you say again? To make an atonement for sin. I think that's the phrase. It might be right in Leviticus. Go ahead, Asher.
8:45.
The water. All right, everybody gets that. So you gotta, if you don't know about it, come get some counsel about it, all right? And we'll examine it. You good to go? The same thing with a girl, same premise. You can look at this girl and go, is this a woman? Or is she a budding woman? Is she she's starting to get breast and she has a period, but she's still a little girl. Then you wait, but then there's a point when it's like, she's a woman, then she should fast. If you don't know about it, you get have a big.
It says that the sin offering is so the trespass offering.
No, for the Day of Atonement in specific. If I don't have time, I'll just give it to you. You're fasting to learn how to fight sin, to build the muscle that helps you fight sin. That's it, which is why the Pharisee and the disciples of John were doing it while Christ was here, because they did not follow Christ. It is why the disciples of Christ do it after he's gone, because now that he's not here, now we all need strength to fight sin. Everybody gets it. So that's what you learn on the Day of Atonement. Raise your hand if it was hard for you. Did you have a rough year this year? Raise your hand if you had a rough year. Oh, y'all super strong in here. Nobody in headquarters. I guess y'all don't have a hard time because you're in headquarters. Jerusalem. Give yourselves a hand. All right. Well, no problem. In the past, I had some hard years in the past. I don't even know what makes it hard or what not makes it hard. Usually, it would be hard if I prepare for it. If I go, oh, the sun about to go down, I better drink something. If I do that, then it's going to be a hard year. If you ignore it, usually it's mental. So you can just relax and just go that short amount of time without satisfying your own flesh. Satisfying your own flesh is how you ended up a drug addict and a whore and a whore, someone that buys whores. Come on, how's it hot?
I had a slight moment where it's probably trauma. You know what I mean? I was reminded of, when you're in jail and you can't eat on your own. That starts that little, like, ignore that the same way how you would. Just close your eyes and pretend like, you're not even there. You know what I mean?
Well, Hazahab spent a lot of time in that jail. Give Hazahab a hand. Hazahab was in jail so long, he had a welcome mat, a plant, and a cat. I'm joking. But when a brother's in jail to have a cat, he's in there forever. He got a pit bull in there, a pet is in there. He's in there forever. A hamster and a guinea pig. So Hazahab was in there a long time. He's out now. Give him a hand. He's out here with us. And so in jail, of course, you can't eat when you want. You can't drink when you want. It starts to remind you of it. You fought through it. Even me, myself, every Day of Atonement, even to this one, I dream that I break it. It happened again. And then this year I woke up, I said, God damn it, it's still happening. I dream I went and drank something. And I'm sitting there drinking like, God damn, I broke the Day of Atonement. What am I going to do? Now I got to tell Junior Johanna I broke the Day of Atonement. And I wake up like, at least it wasn't real. But why do I still have this dream? That's the process, brother. Come on. Oh, yeah, the dream he was at Applebee's eating is that the one with the salad and the breadsticks? No, that's the Olive Garden. At the Applebee's.
Steak and mashed potatoes.
Steak and mashed potatoes. God damn. And you woke up. Give him a hand. It wasn't real. Once again, it's so beneficial to you because now, and there will be a time in life where you'll think, I can't suffer this. I can't go through this. What did Christ say? Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. You might think that you need bread to live, but that's not all you need to live. You can't live by that alone. You also need the word of God to live just as much as you need bread and water. And you learn that for the Day of Atonement. That's the purpose of it. That's the reason for it. The fasting is about strength against sin, strength to fight sin. That's what you're paying for. No pain, no gain. You're buying something every Day of Atonement. You understand? You're atoning. You're buying a thing. You're paying for a thing. What are you paying for? Strength. Strength. You're paying for it. You're getting it. Now use it all year. All year now, you'll remember it And you'll go, all right, well, I got to get off of these cigarettes too. I got to get off of these whores, these white women. I got a lot of you women are drunk with jealousy. The jealousy is destroying your life. It's like killing you because you're so carnal and so jealous. Well, how do you stop being jealous? You stop it with the same muscle you use to give up food and water. You gave up food and water. You can't give up jealousy? You can. You absolutely can. Everybody understands. All right. What else did I have? Quickly.
We got the adultery, the divorce.
Let me do. What's the one you wanted to do?
Domestic violence.
This month is the domestic violence month. Okay. Give not beating the hell out of each other a hand. Let me give you some realistic stats. Now, of course, in everyone's mind, because of voting and politics, you believe that the domestic violence month is about men not beating women. Everybody understands that, right? That's what you hear all the time. Domestic violence is about men because men are always beating women. Asher, give me the real statistics on domestic violence, all right? Just pull up the things I gave you on this topic and let's just read them. Go ahead. Oh, I forgot. Oh, another thing I had to go over. Hurry up. Damn. Go ahead.
Sorry, sir. So we got this first one here, sir. Do men have more cases of domestic violence than women? So here it says 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men.
So now in your mind, it's like men are just beating the hell out of women, beating them to death. Here are the real numbers. Go ahead.
1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence.
Now, this is from the police. This is from people that call the police and get the person arrested who is beating them or committing domestic violence against them. 1 in 3 women, 1 in 4 men. You understand what that means, Doc? It's virtually equal. It's equal. Men and women beat each other equally. Give me the other one. Give me more.
It says this includes a range of give
me the other one. For time's sake. Give me the other things I sent you. Go ahead.
The other one is who initiates
I'm sorry, read that last part. You might need that.
Yes, sir.
This includes, go ahead.
This includes a range of behaviors.
A range of what?
Behaviors.
Let's read some of these behaviors.
Slapping.
Say what?
Slapping.
Let me tell you how this is the mystery to domestic violence. Women are more violent than men in a relationship. This is something that everybody knows, even women. They know this, but they act as if it's not happening for some crazy reason. I think it's because of the so-called white man. When will a woman start hitting you, brothers? When is the first time a woman kicked you in the penis?
On the playground.
Please?
On the playground?
Yeah, it's going to happen when you're in the 5th grade. And what do they say when a woman hits you in the penis?
Oh, don't hit them back?
Do you know how men are taught never? Let me give you a key to understanding how bad domestic violence is when it comes to men. Men are taught never to hit a woman back under any circumstance, no matter what. Don't ever hit them back. Why do they teach you that? Sisters, you've heard about men being taught this, correct? Have you heard this before in your life? Have you ever heard that a man should never hit a woman, no matter what, under any circumstance? Have you ever heard that before? Why do men learn that? Let the sisters answer. Why? What's the necessity of it? Why? Are you taught to never hit a man back under any circumstance, no matter what? Are you taught that? Okay, then why are men taught from about grade school to never hit a woman back, no matter what, under any circumstance? Why is that education a necessity? Why are little boys taught that? Any sister can answer. Any sister online can answer. Anyone. Meaning, what's the point? Meaning, why? Why has that been a necessity, I think, since the 50s? To teach men, you don't ever hit a woman back, no matter what. No matter what, you never hit a woman under any circumstances. Why do they emphasize the no matter what? and the no matter under any circumstances, why do they emphasize that part? First of all, hold up, sisters. Do they emphasize that part? Meaning, when you hear about this lesson being taught to boys and men, you can just answer honestly. Do you hear the part where they say, no matter what, under any circumstances? Have you also heard that, sis? Okay, why do they put that part in it? Why don't they just say, don't hit a woman? Right? But why do they say, don't hit a woman no matter what, under any circumstance? Why do they add that part when they should just say, don't hit a woman? But men are not taught, don't hit a woman. Men are taught, don't hit a woman no matter what, under any circumstances. All I'm asking you is, why is that part in there? Sister?
Because they're stronger than the girls.
They are stronger, so they shouldn't hit them. Why is it taught to them, don't hit a woman under any circumstances, no matter what? Why? Let me give someone online a chance. Asher.
One person said, well, what the sister just said.
Because men are stronger, right? Men are physically stronger than women, correct? That's true. Go ahead. So then men should not hit women.
Someone put feminism.
Feminism? Now see, the fact that you don't know this answer is interesting. It's very interesting. Hold your point, Azhar. About the fact that you don't know why is interesting to me. Anyone else online?
Someone put you should be able to take a hit from a woman.
You should be, sisters. Have you ever heard that before? He said you should be able to take a hit from a woman. You heard that? Anyone? Anyone online? So meaning, because she's weaker and a man is stronger, right? You should be able to take a hit from a woman. So you should never hit her under any circumstances. Meaning what? Sister, microphone.
She can hit you whenever she wants.
And when she hits you, what should you do?
Not hit her under any circumstance.
Because she is going to hit you. Right. And that's the mystery to domestic violence. A woman is going to hit you. A man might hit you. Some of you sisters, you might get your ass whooped by a man in your life. It could happen. It can happen. It shouldn't happen. A man should not hit a woman. But here's what society is teaching every woman. You are going to hit your man. And when you hit him, he has to take it. He has to just take it. He can't take it. I would ask you to raise your hand if you hit a man. I ain't gonna do that to you. Okay. Because I know the answer. All right. Women are just allowed to hit men. And what women don't realize is that the reason that you're allowed to hit men, well, you get this right, Tazaria. Let me see if they'll get this right. Why are women allowed to hit men? If you could get this, I'll be impressed. Any woman online or in the room. The society says you can hit your husband. Oh, where you come? Where you come in the house after 5:30? I'm kicking you, punching you. A woman is allowed to do that to a man. She can smack you. Forget about a smack, a punch, a push. It's not even really considered violence when a woman does it. Am I telling you, sister, something you don't know? Sister up front. You seem like you understand things in life, right? Have you heard about women hitting men? Is it considered a taboo? Is it considered something that a woman should never hit a man?
No.
Is it considered pretty much the way of the world that a woman should hit a man?
Cancer.
All right, okay. And men, of course, should not hit a woman. Correct? Now, here's what I need now. Why is that? Why is it that a woman is expected to hit a man? Men have to expect it. So much so that they teach us never to hit back. Because we learn at a young age that a woman is going to hit you, is going to smack you, is going to use them sharp ass nails. They go to the Chinese and have them sharpened. Do y'all know that? They in there. They go to the Chinese. They sitting in there for an hour like this shit here. Shopping them to fine cloths. Also, they can do the crouching tiger on your ass in the house. And come down on your face so that bitch can know that they been there. And they try to scratch you. Some of you think your wife is being passionate. Let me give you something that the elder brothers will teach you. That wife that just loves sex with you so much that she has to scratch your chest and scratch your back, that's for the other one. That's for her. She's like, oh, you tearing it up. Oh, you tearing it up. You tearing this pussy up. You killing it. You killing it. You killing it. And you sitting there so dumb, like, oh man, I've been exercising, taking my ginseng, I've been eating right. Oh boy, come on now. That's so when you get home, your wife can look like you've been mauled by a bear. Oh, Jesus. All right. So now, my only question is, why is a woman allowed to hit a man and a man is told to never hit a woman back? We know now that men are taught that because you have to accept that a woman is going to hit you. But why are women taught, why is it okay for a woman to hit a man? If you can get this, then it might open your mind to life and how life is. Any sister, why are women allowed to hit men and men are not allowed to hit women back at all? Who knows? I'll give you a second, then I got to move on. This is for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Give me some more about the 25, about the showing that it's equal.
Counselor,
men and women hit each other equally.
This is from the domesticviolencelaw.com. Men or women, who usually instigates domestic violence? Studies of married couples show similar results, with domestic violence being initiated as follows: 25% by male, 25% by female.
That's equal, everyone. 25% by male, 25% by female. Here's the problem. This is when you call the police. A man, in almost any case, will never call the police on a woman. Never. He will never do that. He doesn't think it's right. He believes when you scratch him and smack him and cut up everything and break everything and punch him, he believes that it's really not even an assault. It's really not a crime. It's only a crime if he hits you. So he will never. These are the men that actually called the cops, which must mean they was getting the hell beat out of them. And it's equal. It's equal. It's 25% to 25%. Come on.
The other 50% is mutual.
The other 50 is mutual. It's both the same. So that's for the police. You know that men don't even call the police. A woman is going to call the police if you brush by her too far going to the door. If you brush by her quickly, she's calling the police on you because she's aware that she has this power to use the police to make sure that you don't have another wife. Why are women taught that they can hit men? If you could get this answer for me, I'd be impressed. This has to be from a sister. Sister, please give it a microphone.
Because she'll get away with it?
Why? She will get away with it. And the man will not call the police in most cases. Is that correct? And society teaches her that she can hit him. And society teaches him that he cannot hit her. I'm just asking why. Why? She will get away with it. Why? This will open up your mind to how life is and the reality of life that people don't want to tell women. Why can women hit men and men can't hit women? Why? The numbers say they do it the same. So then why is it okay for a woman to hit a man, but it's not okay for a man to hit a woman? Why? Anyone online, Asher?
Someone said the law protects her.
Why? Sister? I'll give you a clue that's going to give you the answer. I pray. Come on.
Maybe because she's a man.
Because she's what?
She's a woman and he's a man.
And what does that mean? Let her answer. What does that mean? No, you. What does that mean? Because she's a woman and he's a man, which means what?
Two opposite sex.
Say again.
It's two opposite.
I can't hear you.
It's two opposite sex or something like that.
Okay, we're opposite, but why is it that she can hit him and he can't hit her? Why is that? Sister in the back, give her a shot.
Because she holds the power.
She holds the power. If she holds power, then she should be able to be hit. If she holds power, if she's powerful, then why can't you just smack her? She can take it. She's powerful. Give her the microphone.
It's because we're weaker.
Say it again.
We are weaker.
Say it again.
We are weaker.
Let me explain something to you, brothers. The reason that society lets women hit men and does not let men hit women is because men and women are not equal. Right. And you are weak and men are strong. Right. Do you understand? So whatever, this destroys the myth of equality, because how could you be equal when you can hit a man, but he cannot hit you? The premise itself is telling you something. You are weak. You're weak. And because of that, guess what? Let me hit you to something too you don't know, which you already know. When you hit a man, he doesn't even feel it. It's nothing. Because you're weak. It's not like being in jail. That's how's a hop. How's a hop? Them niggas you knocked out in jail. How's a hop? Not when you was knocking them niggas out in jail. It wasn't like you was knocking out a woman. Am I right or wrong? Those cats, it was hard to put them on the ground because women are weak. And that's why they treat you like a child, because you're weak. So when you hit somebody, it's cute. You understand? It's oh boy, you son. It's oh baby, stop all this. Stop all this. I better not. Get out of here. It's adorable when you go to fight a man because you're weak. Do you understand? And once you realize that, you could embrace that. You could change your life with knowing that you're weak and that you're not as strong as a man. Or else, why do you get such protections? Right? Why is it a woman can have an abortion if she wants, but can a man decide not to pay child support? You have the right to not have a baby. Your body, your choice. But if a man doesn't want to be a father, can he do it? If a man says, well, she has that baby, but I don't want to be a father. I don't want to be a father. Can a man decide not to be a father? Sisters? Why? Sister, in the back, give it a microphone. Go ahead and answer. It's all right.
I think because the society is already against him, so he can't.
So the society is against them, but that's not why a man doesn't have the right to decide not to be a father, but a woman does have the right not to be a mother. Why is that?
Law is for them.
I can't hear you. Stop talking for a second in the back. Go ahead.
Because they already give the power to the woman, so she can do whatever she decided.
The power.
Like
Is that power?
Not power. Like the law is for the woman. So in this case.
The laws are for the women. Who else are the laws for? This might help you out. Laws are for women. Give me another group that laws are for. That they have special laws to protect them. Sister, microphone. Huh? It's all right. Go ahead. If you know, I give it that. Come on.
I think the LGBT community or something.
No, they don't have special laws like they do for women for the LGBTQ. No, not at all. But there are a group of people that they have special laws to protect them and to make sure they're safe and to focus on them, Captain. Children. If you're a child, there's the CPS that can make sure that you're okay. You can't hit a child. You can't abuse a child. Children are special. They have to be protected because children are, sister, weak. That's why. And every law in America shows women that you are weak and you should embrace it. You should accept it and go, well, I'm a woman, I'm weak. So now because I'm weak, can I force my man not to have another woman? Right. What can you do about it? Nothing. You can't do anything about it because you're weak. Right. You can't. And so many of you think you can physically fight him and stop him from having another wife. I'm going to kick you out. I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to punch her in the mouth. What are you going to do? It's not going to hurt. You're going to fight and scratch, and I can take fights and scratches. And I'm going to go have sex with women because you're weak and your fighting is a joke. It's laughable, according to the courts. Not according to the UPK, but according to the courts, your fighting is a joke. Your hits are like a children's hits. Men, your hits are death blows. Do you understand? You smack a woman, she dies. She smacks you. Oh, baby, stop all of this. So listen, stop. What'd I tell you? I gotta go. Give me my shoes because I'm late for my date with other women. Your violence is laughable to men. You think your violence is like, oh shit, I'm gonna show him. I'm a man and you're a woman. Men fight men. Do you know that? Men get in fights with men. That's serious. You hitting him and scratching him, he won't even know you did it. He won't even know you even scratched him or hit him. He'll look at, what the hell is this bitch do to me? Look, where did this come from? He won't even know it happened because you're weak. Now, if you could embrace it, then of course men could treat you like you're weak, and that's precious. Right. A man should get hit and go, I better not hit her back because if I hit her back, she's going to die. I'm going to break her arm. I can't break her arm. She's weak. She's a little baby. She's like a child. I can't hit her back. I'll just pick her up, sit her over here, and leave out the house and go be with my other wife. Right. Give me the last topic I had to get with. Fake Israelite groups, meaning the IUIC, Christians. Let me tell you about a call I got from the IUIC, a woman from the IUIC this week. This call I get once every 2 months. Some woman in the IUIC, that's a group that wears purple on the internet, for you people that don't know. About once every 2 months, I get a call from one of their wives, angry at their husbands over who wants to guess what. The IUIC, first of all, believes that marriage is a marriage certificate by the government and a ring. They believe that they believe in paper marriage according to Esau, right? A marriage license. They believe in that. They believe that marriage is a marriage license. About once every 2 months, I get a call from some woman married to some man in the IUIC, mad as hell about who guessed what. Who wants to know? Who wants to blow my mind? Right here. Microphone.
Salaki, so a man talking to another wife.
I wish he was just talking now. They don't do much talking. Women in the IUIC call me about 2 months. I can guarantee they're calling you brothers too. They call everybody because their husbands cheat on them. They're in the IUIC wearing purple, believing that you cannot have more than one wife. Once every 2 months, some woman in purple calls me because her husband is cheating on her. And I always ask her, like, okay, but I thought y'all didn't believe in that. We don't. We believe in the marriage license. But lo and behold, my husband decides to stick his penis in anything. And guess what? They're not married because we don't believe in sex being marriage. And then I always ask her, so then why'd you even join? Like, what the hell is the difference? So you hate the UPK because we say sex is marriage and we believe in a man having as many women as he wants. You joined a group where they only believe in having one wife and all of your husbands still cheat on you. Then what is the difference then? Then I know the difference. The difference is the beautiful lie that women love. In the UPK, we don't lie to you. And that's the only difference. We're going to all cheat on you. All of us. All of us are going to cheat on you. You're going to marry a brother in the UPK. He's getting another woman now. It's going to happen. You women need to start accepting it. But being sharing a UPK man is better than having some fake purple or Christian man to yourself. Guess why? You're never going to have him to yourself because he's going to cheat on you anyway. But he is going to lie to you about it. Give me smooth things. What is the point of marrying some Christian that says, I don't believe in polygamy. I believe in one wife, one marriage. And then he still goes out on Facebook and on Instagram and cheats on you. What in the hell are you doing? Then why do you hate us then? Do you hate us simply because we don't lie about it? Is that it? Because surely all the men in your past cheated on you and none of them were in the UPK. Right, sisters? Am I lying about something? Sisters, you were cheated on in the past with other men. None of them were in the school, but they cheated on you. So what in the hell is the point? Why do you hate us so much when all of us are going to get other women? I know why. Because we're not afraid enough to lie. Right. So in essence, really what you want is not a man who believes in having one wife, because your man doesn't believe in having one wife. He has sex with a lot of women, prostitutes and boys and children. You really just want to be lied to about it. Kadazar, you had your hand up.
Karawankansa, and then I don't know what they're gonna do because New York's getting ready to pass a bill for 3 or more partners in marriage. So
New York,
yeah, get New York a hand.
Get New York a hand. Well, let me tell you how stupid. Give me adultery in America. Do you know that when you can sign a marriage license, right, and you can prove your wife or your husband committed adultery, you cannot even bring it into court. Right. America, virtually every state in America has a, what's the name of the law I gave you? Huh? No fault divorce. In the 50s, it wasn't like this, but now every state in America is a no-fault divorce state, which means adultery has no factor on alimony, no factor on divorce. You don't give any reason at all for divorce. So then when your husband commits adultery and you want to bring it into court to say, he cheated on me, the judge will say that's not a factor in these hearings because we're a no-fault divorce country. The UK, the United Kingdom, is a no-fault country. No one can factor in adultery in a divorce case. Why? Who fought for that right? Who wants to guess? Women. Because women in the past had to prove reasons for wanting a divorce. Right. And if they couldn't give reasons, they had to stay in the marriage. So women's rights groups fought to have no reason for divorce. So now you can leave him if you simply want to leave him. In the past, you had to get a man to sign the divorce papers. That's gone. That's done. That backfired. They used to say, well, you got to sign this, sign this. Women got angry. Now, no one has to sign anything. If any one of you wants a divorce, it's over. Right. So then what in the hell are you getting married for? Right. Are you telling me you signed a piece of paper like it's, the bond of the Lord, that if any one of you walks into a courthouse and says, I don't want to be married to him anymore, no problem, and it's over, then what are you doing it for? Right. And if he can have sex with every woman he meets on Facebook and you be his only wife, then what is the point of this piece of paper? Right. Every woman, if you're in the IUIC, listen carefully, your husband is cheating on you. He's cheating on you all the time. Every chance he can get. And here's the problem. He's cheating on you with married women, right, with women who have men, with women who have boyfriends, because he doesn't care about boyfriends because they're not married. Right. He's cheating on you with gay men. He's cheating on you with children, but you're his only wife. So you can have that for your credit. What and the marriage license that you have, any one of you can just go cancel it without the permission of the other. It's a fake monogamy. Right. It's not real. It's the same monogamy all of us grew up with in the Christian church. Raise your hand if you grew up in the Christian church. Raise your hand if you know Christians who were married according to paper and cheated nonetheless. Then what in the hell are they doing it for? What's the point of doing it? Here's the point. Who has smooth saying for me? Up front.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 10. Which say to the seers, see not.
Which say to the seers, see not. Don't see it. Don't see what you see. We can't stand knowing about it. We don't want you to see it. We want you to be blind like us. Keep going.
And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things.
And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Here's what's right. A woman is weaker than a man according to the law in America. According to the law in Great Britain, a woman is weaker. According to tradition and culture, a woman is weaker. According to that, you're not equal with a man. Go into the court system. They'll give you preference because you're delicate and soft. And they'll treat a man rough because he's a man and hard. You're weaker than a man. Because of that, you can't fight him and force him to do anything that he doesn't want to do. You can't because you're weak and small and little. Keep going.
Speak unto us smooth things.
Does a marriage license give you the right to force a man to not cheat? No, because there's a no-fault divorce, which means he can cheat all he wants and you can't even bring it up. Right. You can cheat all you want and he can't bring it up. Congratulations. Go ahead.
Prophesy deceits.
Prophesy what? Read that word before.
Prophesy.
Say it again.
Speak unto us smooth things.
Smooth things. Smooth thing. Here's what's smooth. You're the only one. You get down on one knee. I know y'all, when y'all see that nigga on one knee, you must think, I got him. Right. When you look down like, oh, shit, I own him. Another woman will never know his penis. It will never happen. Put that, the ring. I can show this to my friends. This means this marriage will last forever. Right. Is that what a wedding ring means? You ask your mom. A wedding ring does not mean there's a marriage that lasts forever at all. Right? A piece of paper doesn't mean it. But you feel like when he puts this ring on my hand, he's down on one knee. And even how they get men on one knee. Right. Okay, in the UPK, we look at it like that man is weak. But that man is so slick up. Don't listen. He's so slick. He's slicker than us. Like we, you know what the problem with the UPK is under Commander General Yohana? We are too honest. So we'll never get down on one knee because we don't mean that shit. But brother, these Christians, these Christians are going to be like, my beloved bride, I pledge undying loyalty to thee forever. And the bitch is going to be like, thank you. I will show this to my mother, and then my mother will treat me like I'm actually a good person. And I will show this to my aunts, and my aunts might actually respect me now. And that cat down on one knee is so slick and so smart. And he is going to have more wives than any of us will ever have. He's going to have sex with more women than any of us in this room, even to Zaryak. Now, the point I was trying to make, the point I was trying to make, I got more wives than him. I give him a hard time. I got to give somebody a hard time. The point I'm trying to make is these Christians is getting all the tail. You think, wait a minute, I got to wrap this up. But who do you think is getting more tail? The UPK or Christians? Woo! It ain't close. It is not close at all. We believe in having as many wives as we want. We are not having half the sex as your Christian man. We're not having half of it. They meet new women every day, every night. They're having sex with a new woman, but they're only married to one wife. They're slick, and it's a false and fake monogamy. Right. They are wolves in sheep's clothing. Right. Everybody understands.
Salakia, I just wanted to bring it out and remind everybody, the cat who killed Joy Morgan also was married.
Ain't that something? The purple fag is they had a cat, an African, lo and behold. He was married. He had a ring on his finger. And he went and raped some girl and had sex with her and killed her. But he did only have one wife. Don't believe in false monogamy. Don't do that. It's dumb. I know why you believe in it. I know why you think getting a ring on your finger means he'll only have one wife. I know why you think when he gets down on one knee that means that he'll never leave you. Why is that, sisters? Why do you believe those things? Give me the answer that shows you've been in class today. Anyone? Let them answer. Anyone? Just give it a shot. It's no big deal. Give it a thing. Give her a hand because you're weak. That's right. But it's okay. A woman in the UPK is allowed to be weak because you have a man. Because the bridegroom is here. He'll protect you. He'll sort out all the truth from the lies. He'll tell you what's true and who's not. He'll tell you this credit card company is trying to scam you. This commercial is trying to steal your money. He'll help you navigate your way through this very dangerous world because your bridegroom is here and he'll protect you. And with that, pass the class over to the officer in the back.
Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Shabbat, Amajum, Yad Matab. So, and turn to the sisters. Sisters, Amajum, which means stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Aman Shabbat, Amajum, Barak. Ayah Matah.